What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
We're alive. We are alive. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Mikey. Boy, you know, Microsoft really should have thought this whole deleting Skype thing out.
Maybe asked us.
Maybe asked for our input on whether or not we needed it.
Between us and like the Indian scammers, who uses Skype more? I ask
Right.
you. And they're not really people that we should get their input on what should happen next with the company. But we should have definitely been involved in the thought-making process.
Yeah, so to our viewing audience, if you notice something is different, it's we're not using Skype anymore, and so stuff has changed.
Yes.
And it will change, and it has changed.
No, it's okay. For now.
Life's all about change, I guess.
Changes. Changes. Hi, PC.
At least we can put the comments on the screen, I guess.
What up, Kay? I don't even have my soundboard. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man, we can't use the soundboard.
I mean,
hold on.
If I do the voice mod thing, but then I gotta set me up so that my voice comes out of voice mod. And that's where it gets tricky. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and add the Twitch on here.
You might as well, right? Might as well.
Okay. The problem was the authenticator is on my old phone.
Oh no.
And it wasn't charged, so I couldn't authenticate it.
Let me tell you about what happens when your phone dies without warning, and you need all the stuff on that phone. I got one of those Google Pixel phones.
Gross.
And it works really good. I like it. But I think I fried it one day. Like I fried the battery. The phone overheated or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day it like wouldn't fucking charge or turn on, and I was like, shit, I need all the stuff on that phone. And I bought a new phone. I got the newer version of it, and it was like, okay, we need an ID from your old phone to transfer over your. And I was like, oh my god!
But you know I can't do that.
And I tried to do it.
No, I can't do that.
And they're like, okay, just transfer over your Google account from your phone. I was like, oh, god damn it!
What part of I cannot?
And I didn't have two-factor authentication turned on my Google account, and the phone was like, you need that so you can get the code for two-factor authentication to your. And I was like, god damn it! It took hours, and I had to go on my computer and like manually turn on two-factor authentication so that I could use the Google account. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me!
It's not fair. It's not fair, and it's not right.
The Chrissy in the chat, I did love the Samsung Galaxy phones, but I went to the Google phone because Google Fi was going to give me the phone for free, and I was like, I like free things.
Tim, if something's free, you're the product. You know what I mean? Like if Huawei or Huawei, if they were like giving out tablets and say, hey, plug this into your stuff, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do that. Doesn't feel like it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But hello, everyone out there. This is a Bin Podcast Network production. Thank you to our patrons and members out there who keep the lights on. We're making videos for you guys because there's so many of you now that listing you has become hard.
Yes.
Our brains cannot remember.
We're going to have to actually record like a fucking...
a thank you vid for the end and
like an ad, a full-length ad, because there's so many.
You guys are awesome. But yes, we're on StreamYard doing our best. We're not going to grump. We're not going to complain. We're just going to adjust and move forward. You Microsoft.
God damn it.
I would love to, like, I have so many great sound clips that are just being wasted right now.
Right? I would just like to mention that fucking Microsoft Teams is a goddamn nightmare.
It's bad.
It's not even worth.
If you switch your camera, you got to leave and come back.
Yeah. Yeah. We were trying to run this off of Microsoft Teams, and after about 5 minutes, we're like, no, we got to find another solution.
Oh. So we got a 1 month free trial.
Yeah.
And 17 reminders to cancel that Friday. Hey, in the chat, this is the like the mid tier. This isn't like the full on business one. Guess how much this is a month? Tim, don't tell them yet. We'll let them guess.
Okay.
First.
Okay.
I want you guys to guess how much they want, and this is for 1080p video, which we already had, and unlimited meetings. Essentially, like there's other little doodads and whistles, but nothing crazy. Sneezing from allergies. Oh, dude, you had the famines. You had a famine fit. That's terrible. Poor Tons. $200 from Billy.
You can play Price is Right rules. Highest without going over.
Oh yeah. $1, Bob.
Oh, $1, Bob.
Screw that
Yeah,
guy.
Tim Baum says $1.
See, Poll has a very, very random guess.
So random. The most random of guesses.
Very. Tons gets it. $1 million. They want $1 million a month. It's $12 million a year to have 1080p. No, but Poll is right. It's $89.99 for this a month. They're crazy. We're using our free trial and we're getting out of here. We got a month to think up something better.
Yeah, we got a month to figure out what sort of platform we actually want to use.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, Skype gave us fair warning. We just didn't know that the other offerings were kind of shitty.
Yeah, we didn't know they were this bad. There was something else I was going to say about
this is definitely going to be more of a by the seat of our pants episode, because
I'm still adding stuff to the thing.
Yeah, technical difficulties. But Mikey, I had some banter, but it's not really banter. It's a little bit more self-reflective than banter normally is.
Okay.
So I suffer from what the fuck is it called?
Impostor syndrome.
Impostor syndrome. There we go. That's why I'm a master of the universe. And
I'm dead as supreme.
And I was talking a bunch about that political science conference that I went to. And I did another mini one last night. I did like a symposium in my school for like a final project.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so weird and awkward to get validation from people.
Yes.
It's so like I don't know what to do with it because I'm like, this is nothing I do is good. And
I relate.
Specifically like at the political science conference I went to, people kept referring to me as doctor. Because everyone's a professor or like a PhD student or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have a PhD. I'm not a doctor. But they're like, Dr. Bristol, what do you think? And I was like, don't call me doctor. That's so weird.
Why would you tell me that, Tim? You know I'm your friend, but I am your greatest troll. I am Tim's best worst nightmare. I am both the angel and devil on his shoulder, doing different things to him for my amusement. But you are though, like you know what I mean? But like at some point you kind of have to understand that sometimes we have irrational thoughts that are just that.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to be wrong, and other people are allowed to tell you that you're wrong. I think this might be one of those times where factually you're not right. You are all of those things, and that's the next step, is like dealing with the fact that you have all of these accolades and you're not comfortable talking about them.
Yeah, and I was telling the wife like on the way home, I was like, I have to take myself more seriously
Mm-hmm.
in that, because like everyone else does. Like when I was presenting the paper that I wrote, I didn't think I didn't I thought that my paper was, after reading it, because I wrote it a while ago, and I read it again right before the conference, and I was like, this is not, nobody's gonna like this, because I use the same word too much, and like I'm very overcritical of my own writing.
Right.
And everyone else in the panel with me felt the same way about their stuff. They were like, oh, this is very like rough draft stuff, so don't. And people liked my paper, but I'm always like, no one's gonna like this because it's not good. And then I go there and people like treat me like a colleague, and I'm just not used to that.
It's weird. Well, also we're aging.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, we spend so much time acquiring skills and knowledge and all this stuff. So then when we actually start using that shit and people recognize it, we're like, I am a child who is still learning things. It's like, no, dog. Like, there's mad people who are way behind you in the path to learning. So no, you're not at the end of the line anymore. You're like midline. So people are behind you. So it's okay though. And it's weird when maybe our parents, maybe not all parents, they have never really grappled with the concept of themselves,
Right.
especially at the ages that we're at. Like, I think as millennials, we're way more self-aware of like where we are in life, what's going on in the world, our mental health, like we have like the 3-body problem going 24/7.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And our parents were just like, nope, one body. The earth is here and I'm on it. And that is all I think about. Like, they don't think about everything.
Yeah, I think that's especially true for my parents. They're not that, like, when my mom has like serious ADHD, like worse than I have. And she's like, no, not me. And I was like, hey, can you like not pay attention for like 10 seconds on one thing and sit still? And do you have to constantly like get up and move around? And like, are your thoughts just as random as fuck? And because then you have ADHD. Like,
Yeah.
I showed her the symptoms and she's like, yes, 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 yes. And I was like, well, guess what? You're part of the club.
Welcome.
And she's like, no, I never. And I was like, well, you probably had it the whole time, and your generation just refused to. You're RFKing it over here.
And that's the thing, is they just refuse to get diagnosed. It's like the fucking COVID testing.
Yeah.
It's like, my numbers keep going up because of all this damn testing. It's like, yeah, that's the point. It's like, well, then there's a lot of sick people, or in the case of like, there's a lot of neurodivergent people. It's like, yeah, yes, there are. There's tons of us. We're all up through this bitch. We're everywhere.
So yeah, that was I was having that thought last night after I presented my paper on whatever.
This is such a K. You are such K. You are so Chicago. Don't ever deny it to anyone. Who it is 5/8/25 in this year of our Lord, and you are remixing Fall Out Boy. Did you know that was Fall Out Boy, Tim?
I did know that was Fall Out Boy. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying
that is funny though.
Thank you. Tell all the. Oh no, it's brand new. What are we saying? It's brand new.
Is it brand new?
It's brand new. But there's some white smoke for the new pope.
Yes.
And there you go. There's the song that we were looking for.
Oh
That's
my
so
God.
funny. Did you hear about Brand New? We can't listen. You can't like them anymore.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Brand New.
I was.
Um,
I love them.
I had other musical
Were
interests.
you a Taking Back Sunday stan?
I did like some Taking Back Sunday.
I did.
Most of that era of music for me was like fucking Green Day and Foo Fighters, though.
You went the rock band route.
Yeah, I did go the
The
rock band
corporate route.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Apparently, the corporate route and the indie route were plagued with predators lurking in the midst. Yeah, Jesse turned out to be a real fucking loser.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Creeping on young girls on MySpace.
I mean, have you heard about the stuff Dave Grohl has done in the last year or two?
No. What did he do?
You know, he had a secret child.
Secret love.
Yeah. he fathered a child from someone who wasn't his wife and told no one until it was unavoidable.
Wait, Elon Musk it.
Yeah. So, once again, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
So what do you think our arc is going to be? Are we going to be villains at the end of it? Martyrs?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how fast Trump catches on to us.
I was about to say, would you guys bail us out of jail? Should we set up a fund?
Send the super chats now.
Right. Yeah, that sucks. Imagine getting locked up because we made fun of JD Vance too many times. Like, oh, come on. The couch shit's funny.
Put us on trial. And so, Mr. Famine, you said, and I quote, he fucks couches. How would you like to respond to that?
I don't recall. Gotcha, bitches. Sure, that knife cuts both ways. I don't recall. I don't recall a goddamn thing. We're gonna be here all day.
I don't have that quote in front of me, so I don't remember.
I think if anybody, I think Kash Patel would come for us.
Probably.
He's probably gonna get some groypers to, purge YouTube and find any left-leaning podcast.
Oh my God.
And bring them before me.
Yo, if
don't send no nerds over my house.
Yeah. If the federal government came at Google, if they came at fucking Google, I don't know if the federal government would win.
But Google's in his pocket. The Google guy was sitting up there at the inauguration thing.
Yeah, but so was fucking Bezos until Trump said fucking, hey, don't do that tariff shit. I'm sure Bezos is pissed about that.
I don't know what Jeffy Jeff is gonna do.
I think
he's like, this is, I don't know why these rich dudes are still on his team. He's fucking up their bag like left and right.
I think there's going to be a breakup soon. I think there's going to be
he put 1 billion% tariffs on his number 3 donator. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. And he ain't getting no sweet, under the table bullshit like Elon is. He's like, I got fucking rockets too. What the hell?
But even Elon said he's leaving.
Yeah.
He's tired of people blowing up his cars.
He got so upset. It was like 10 cars, dude. It was like 10 cars. All right.
And a couple of dealerships. But come on.
Brother, in the grand scheme of things, you got off easy. You know what I mean? They could have found you, which is what you were really worried about. Because that motherfucker has been in hiding.
Oh, yeah.
He has like all this security and all this stuff. Homeboy is paranoid. He is scared of everything. I'm not. But then again, I didn't try to, take $4 billion out of the coffers and stuff them into my greedy little pockets. I didn't try to do that. So I'm less afraid.
Well, once Tesla was like, yeah, we might start looking for a new CEO. Elon's like, okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna be working with Trump anymore.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Got the kitchen back.
Yeah, I've gone through that. We had to gut our kitchen a few years ago, and we went like 2 months without a working kitchen. It was awful.
For you, that must have been purgatory.
It was.
Can't cook your own food. He's a
culinary. There is a point where you get tired of takeout, and you just want to eat like food,
regular food.
Yeah. Not that I mind, because takeout's good, but after a while, you just don't want to eat it no more.
There's a prison cell with your name on it at 80X Florence for sure. And look, Kessler. Yeah, that's what they're gonna. That's what they're gonna do. Is they're gonna probably get the military contract money for making armored Cybertrucks,
right?
Which are going dumbest. Dude, can you imagine being in an armored Cybertruck when it gets hit with, I don't know, a bullet,
anything,
and then batteries start doing their battery thing? No, thank you. I would like a diesel engine, please.
Yeah.
I would like the diesel to go on the floor and not the electricity and the extreme, thermite heat of the battery destabilizing to just fill the cabin and roast me like a marshmallow. No gracias. No gracias.
Mikey, they elected an American as the Pope.
Oh boy.
It says American Robert Francis Prevost has been elected as the new Pope.
New Pope, who this?
He's an American-born cardinal.
Share your screen.
Share my screen. I share. Present.
Because we gotta
share screen.
We gotta do this shit now.
Share the screen. Hold on. Share. There we go.
Zoom in on that thing. Yes.
Can you hear the audio?
Mm-hmm.
Ears hearing his voice.
Il Papa che benediva Roma
Pope who was blessing
dava la
Rome,
sua benedizione al mondo,
giving his blessing
intero,
to the world.
quella mattina
Oh
del
God, an
giorno
American
on
Pope.
that morning, on that day of Easter Sunday.
Consentitemi di
Bro got a crucifix and a
quella
yarmulke.
stessa
Allow me to
benedizione.
continue that
Dio ci
same
vuole
blessing.
bene. Dio vi ama tutti
God loves
e
everyone.
il male non prevarrà.
Evil will not
Siamo
prevail.
tutti
Yeah, tell Trump
nelle
that.
mani
We are all in
Right.
the hands of God.
pertanto
Look at the tree says papere boopy.
Bibbidi bobbidi boobidi boo.
mano nella mano con Dio
Hand in
Fucked
hand
tra di noi
with God and among ourselves.
andiamo avanti.
We go forward.
Siamo discepoli di Cristo.
We are disciples of Christ.
Cristo ci precede.
Christ goes before
I'm
us.
so
Il
glad that
mondo
I'm
ha
not a part of all
bisogno della
this.
sua luce.
The world needs his light.
L'umanità necessita di
No.
lui come
I have not seen
Humanity
Tank versus
fonte
Tesla.
per essere raggiunta
I would
da
like to.
Dio e dal suo amore.
But as the bridge between God and his love.
Aiutateci anche voi, poi gli uni gli altri, a costruire ponti
May we all
con il
build
dialogo,
bridges
con
with
l'incontro,
dialogue and encounter
uniamoci tutti per essere un solo
so that we can
Y'all couldn't get a
all
mic stand?
in pace.
Yeah, right?
when
You
people
gotta have
fight in
a
peace.
whole
Sia
dude
Papa Francesco.
Thank
hold
you,
the
Pope
stand,
Francis,
hold the mic.
for
He's the Pope's official mic guy.
all you've done. We're hearing the first words here.
Y'all
of,
wasting
Pope
mad money.
Leo the 14th, just elected Pope.
Voglio ringraziare anche tutti i confratelli cardinali
Also, thank my brother
Kate says he
Cardinals
looks like the dad from Even
Lei
Stevens.
per essere
me to
successore di
be the
Pietro,
successor of
di
Peter
camminare insieme a voi
and to
come Chiesa
walk along
unita,
with you.
cercando sempre
He's born in
la
Chicago.
pace,
Oh,
la
then he
giustizia,
definitely
searching
been
all
shuffleboarding
together for peace
sempre
priests around.
lavorare come uomini
and working
e donne
together,
fedeli a Gesù
men and women faithful to
senza
Christ,
paura,
without fear.
per proclamare
To pro-
il Vangelo.
Mikey, you will be
Gospel.
Commissioner Gordon looking
Missionari.
fondly at
Missionaries.
restored bad signal at the end of Dark Knight Rises. Tim, they will throw you out of a window like Eric Roberts.
Pope Leo offering these initial words, which we're just translating on the fly here.
Un figlio di Sant'Agostino.
So
I'm
what
a
I
son
want
of
to talk
Saint
to you
Augustine.
about is
So
Skyhook.
I'm an Augustinian.
So you're going to get thrown out the window, but then I'm going to pick you up with a jet.
Con voi
Snatch you out of
sono
the sky.
cristiano
We said,
e per voi vescovo.
With you, I am a Christian, and for you, I am a bishop. So may we all walk together towards that.
You don't even know how to say equality.
To the place where that God has prepared for us. May we walk together, accompany each other. To the Church of Rome, a special greeting. As Bishop of Rome, of course, a special greeting.
Let's see him.
We've got to look at how we can together be a missionary church, a church that builds bridges, that is always open to receive everyone, just like in this square, to receive everyone, to welcome everyone. Our charity,
Let me find the article.
dialogue, and love.
Se me permiten también una palabra, un saludo.
And now, a greeting in Spanish.
Oh, God damn
Please
it.
allow me here to
A todos aquellos, y en modo particular, a mi querida diócesis de Chiclayo en el
So
Perú,
to all of you, but especially to the people of my diocese of Chiclayo in Peru,
donde un pueblo fiel ha acompañado a su obispo, ha compartido su fe y ha dado tanto para
where we
seguir
had such faithful
siendo
people accompanying
iglesia fiel
the
de
bishop,
Jesucristo.
and we had such faithful
A
people
tutti voi,
helping the
fratelli e
bishop.
sorelle di Roma, d'Italia, di tutto il
So
mondo,
all of you,
vogliamo essere
the people
una
of Rome and of
chiesa
Italy,
sinodale, una chiesa che cammina, una chiesa che
we need to
cerca
be a
sempre
synodal
la pace,
church, a
cerca
church that's a
sempre la
pilgrim,
carità,
that
cerca sempre
shows
di essere
charity
vicino,
always,
specialmente a coloro che soffrono.
and especially is charitable to those who are suffering.
Oggi,
Today,
il giorno della supplica alla Madonna di Pompei.
today is the day of praying to the
Nostra
Madonna of
Madre
Pompeii.
Maria vuole sempre camminare con noi, stare
Our
vicino,
Blessed Mother Mary always
aiutarci
wants to
con
be
la sua
close to us.
intercessione, il suo
All
amore.
right.
She always
Allora
wants to
vorrei
intercede
pregare
for us
insieme a voi.
through her love.
Preghiamo insieme
So
per questa nuova missione,
let us pray together
però
for
per
this new
tutta la
mission,
Chiesa,
for
per la
all of the
pace nel
church,
mondo.
for peace in the world,
Chiediamo questa grazia speciale.
that she will
Di
help
Maria,
us give
nostra
us a
Madre.
special grace, our Mother.
Ave Maria,
yeah.
piena di grazia.
Hail Mary,
Il
full of
Signore è
grace,
con
the
te.
Lord is with you.
Tu sei benedetta fra le
You are
donne.
blessed among
E
women,
benedetto è il frutto del
and
tuo
blessed is
seno,
the fruit of
Gesù.
your womb, Jesus.
Santa Maria,
Holy
Madre
Mary,
di Dio,
Mother of God,
prega per noi
pray
peccatori,
for us sinners,
adesso e nell'ora
now
della
and at the
nostra
hour of our
morte.
death.
Amen.
Amen.
Pope Leo XIV there.
Pope Leo XIV, very interesting. A few themes coming out already there from its peace, talking about peace.
Indeed, saying a greeting of peace.
Can you
May
mute this for
my
a second?
greeting of peace enter
Yeah.
into your hearts and reach your families. All people,
And this is
wherever you are,
from
all peoples of the
the
entire.
Baltimore Archdiocese. It says here, let me take a sip. Chicago Archdiocese to pay $12.6 million to 16 abuse survivors. Chicago, the Archdiocese of Chicago has agreed to pay 16 victims of clergy sex abuse more than $12.6 million in a settlement announced August 12th. This is from 2017, I think. In addition to financial statements, the Archdiocese agreed to make public additional information and files related to the cases, including the deposition of Cardinal Francis E. George of Chicago. I can link the whole thing in there, but yeah, Chicago just got done paying out all this money to all these victims. I think it was the Trib that did a pretty good report on it. I was looking for it. But now if you search for it now, the news is flooded with the Archdiocese countersuing a couple of the men, saying that they are felons and criminals and they're just doing this for money. So that's where the Chicago Archdiocese is. punching back at all of those fakers who who are pretending to have been abused. Well said.
So yeah, an American Pope, which is I'm sure not something the Europeans wanted, but you know, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it's all bells and whistles to me.
Yeah, it's all you know, the Pope, he's not the ruler of the world. He's just the guy in a series of funny hats.
Why didn't they pick Trump?
Man,
I mean, they saw the AI picture. They should have just picked Trump.
Yeah, they should have just, or Vance, Pope Vance.
Yeah. Or what's his name? What's the Indian guy that ran off from the election? Oh, Vivek.
Vivek. He's going to be governor of Ohio, I hear.
Yeah, good luck. Roman Road Trip 3, the poping. Hold your Pope to the rest stop.
Hold your Pope to the rest. Let's see. Well, now that I can just like share clips myself, I guess I could just put some clips up, right?
Yeah, throw it up.
We can just do that. I got one for you.
Ooh, I found another case of white ladies making shit up.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Let me grab it for you. It was on the Law and Crime Network. Good stuff over there. I don't know what happened with this Karen Reed murder. Do you know anything what happened with that?
No.
I don't know what the TLDR of it is, but it has been going for quite some time. I'm too busy.
I shared screen, but it does not appear to be up there.
Oh, here you go.
There we go. Let's full screen it.
Varmint Ramaswamy.
This is from a congressional hearing with Scott Besson testifying for the House Financial Services Committee. Let's see how the Trump administration continues to treat members of Congress.
Ms. Beatty is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member, and to you, Secretary Besson.
I can move stuff.
The Trump administration has alleged that detecting and deterring transnational criminal organizations such as Iranian terrorist groups and their proxies is a priority for national security. But on March 2nd of 2025, your department announced that it would not enforce any penalties or fines associated with the BOI reporting rule, nor will it enforce the CTA against U.S. citizens, domestic reporting companies, or their beneficial owners. So I'm a little confused of how you square those two things. So my question is,
square
can you
it,
explain to, or would you explain to the American public how you undermine the bipartisan CTA and expect law enforcement and national security agencies to quickly and effectively know the true owners behind shell companies registered in the United States now that foreigners, including a drug cartel, gang members, could register a company in the United States with no state or any federal ownership reporting requirements. And
he's the Jewish space laser
testimony,
shiner or something.
You talked about illicit actors. Well, these are some of our illicit
Pope
actors.
Stephen Miller, gross.
The Congresswoman, an overwhelming majority of the domestic entities that you're describing are hardworking Americans with small businesses. We bifurcated the bill, and any foreign entities must still file.
So are you saying to me it's not true that they must file and the foreign entities must file the BOI?
Yes, we bifurcated.
Yeah, what does that fucking mean, bro?
The CTA program that domestics do not have to.
Cut it in half?
Yeah, you cut it in half.
So
you took the bill and you just...
so maybe I'm asking it the wrong way. So
No, he's dumb.
it appears that they are
doesn't
doing
know what
it
bifurcated
registering
means.
to avoid the transparency of who the companies are.
I'm not sure what your question is. I'd be happy to answer.
Obviously.
We
So
know.
I guess I'm looking at it as, and if you're saying it is not true and that they now are complying and completing the BOI. So let's take it one step at a time. So you're saying everybody is completing the BOI. You're enforcing it.
No, ma'am, I am saying that we have bifurcated it, that U.S. nationals
3 times.
Do not have to file, and that foreign nationals do.
Okay, so I guess when we look at this, if we're limiting enforcements of the rule just to the foreign entities, that creates a giant loophole whereby any foreign entity can register in the United States and evade or not do the BOI reporting requirements.
Well, they would be subject to they would have to come through a U.S. financial institution, so they would be subject to all U.S. institutions.
Including the BOI.
Including the Voice of Indiana.
BOI.
Yeah.
Including the BOI, yes or no?
David Blase.
Because the answer is no. I mean, you can say it however you want to, but the answer is no. And this makes it easier, and this is what I want the American folks to know. It makes it easier for human and drug traffickers, cartels, terrorists, organizations, and other criminals to do business in the United States. And when you're limiting the enforcement just to
Just so everyone knows, BOI is beneficial ownership
Interest.
information. Yeah, it's basically saying who owns interest in the company.
foreign entities, it exempts 99% of the entities that Congress intended the law to cover when it was passed into law. So I think I do have my answer. We're just not agreeing on it, and we know why. So let me go to my second. It's my time. Let me go to my second question. The clock is running. It's my time. It is my time. You will not do this on my time.
Woo!
Now, I'm going to ask for a few more seconds since he refused to comply with my time, not his time. In 2016, former Secretary Jack Lew announced that Harriet Tubman was to be the new face
Tons.
of the $20 bill.
Oh,
Can
no,
you
tons.
tell me what's the current status
People are having
of this
breakfast.
project?
No, ma'am, I can't, but my staff will get back to you.
No, I want you to get back to me because see, there seems to be an issue when it comes to things that affect people of color or people who live in poverty, whether it is what you're doing with Social Security, what you are doing with restricting funds.
The gentlewoman's
to
time. The
programs.
gentlewoman's
So
time is
I
expired.
want you,
The gentlewoman's
will
time
you
is
respond
expired.
to me?
The gentleman from
Mr. Chairman,
Texas.
I need
the
him to
gentlewoman's
answer
time.
if he will. I'm not
The
a staff
gentlewoman can
person.
submit
I'm not
questions
asking
for the
him
record.
to have his staff report.
The
So,
gentlewoman can
Mr.
submit-
Chairman, I'm addressing it to you to
The gentlewoman's
ask him
time is
to
expired.
respect me. Mr. Chairman,
The gentlewoman's
I'm talking
time
to
has
you.
expired.
I need him to address.
The
if he
gentlewoman's
will
time
answer
has
me
expired.
as a-
He's
No,
talking
I'm not
over is
going
so
to
crazy.
Gentlewoman's
Yeah,
time
I
I'm
has
know.
not going
expired.
to stop until you
The
direct
gentlewoman's
him
time
to
has
answer
expired.
to me as a member of Congress.
The gentlewoman's
Mr.
time
Chairman,
has
point
expired.
of
The
order
gentlewoman
to
has
you.
offered that she can submit
Mr.
questions
Chairman,
for the
point
record.
of order to you. I will not stop. I will not be
The
silent.
gentlewoman is
until
not
you
offering
direct
an
him
appropriate
to answer.
parliamentary inquiry. Does
Will
the gentlewoman
you-
have a parliamentary
Yes,
inquiry?
I do.
Please state the parliamentary inquiry.
As a member of the United States Congress addressing the secretary, I am asking you to rule on asking this hostile witness to direct his response to me versus having him tell me that his staff will respond to me. My staff person didn't ask him the question. I did.
The gentlewoman does not state a parliamentary inquiry.
So
The
let me ask the
gentlewoman's
point of
time-
privilege to you, Mr. Chairman, because I'm not going to stop this morning until you respond to me then. If you will direct
We
the
ain't doing nothing.
secretary
Yeah,
to respond
yeah.
to me as a member of Congress.
Let's go through all the
He
rigmarole.
asked
It is
him.
not a
Then
point of
let me
privilege. The
ask
gentlewoman's
him
time. The
if
gentlewoman's
he will
time has
respond
expired.
to
The
me.
gentlewoman
Will
will
he
suspend.
respond to me?
The gentlewoman will.
respond
The
to
gentlewoman
me
will
that
suspend.
he-
The
TT
gentlewoman
Maxine,
will
get him.
suspend.
Get him.
The gentlewoman will
If he
suspend.
responds to
Gentlewoman
me,
will
if
suspend.
he will
The
respond to me,
gentlewoman makes a legitimate request, a personal
you can
privilege.
simply ask him to
Grant
respond.
Personal privilege.
Just
Personal
ask him to
privilege.
respond if he'll respond to a member of Congress versus saying a staffer. It's simple as that.
I ask that members keep decorum and remain cordial during today's
I
hearing.
am
Yeah,
being
Members,
cordial
the
to you,
gentlewoman will
Mr.
suspend.
Chairman.
The chair has the time.
Mr. Chairman,
The
will
chair
you
has the
slamming
time.
the
The
hammer.
gentlewoman will
Yeah.
suspend.
Gentlewoman
The
makes
gentlewoman
a
will
legitimate
suspend.
request.
I ask that members keep decorum and remain cordial during today's
being
hearing.
cordial. I resent your statement to imply
Exactly.
that I'm not.
Yeah.
I am a
Stop
member of
saying
the
I'm
U.S.
losing it.
Congress. I am
The-
asking this
The
secretary
gentlewoman
to
may
respond
submit
to me.
QFRs for the record, which will be responded to by the secretary.
Thank
The
you.
gentlewoman's time has expired.
Unreal. Unreal.
And that's how they're using that fucking decorum
Mm-hmm.
bullshit to try and silence people, not answer questions.
It's a damn shame. All right, let me present something.
You present something.
I can do it too. I'm cool too. Okay, we're going to Georgia.
Georgia.
Georgia on my mind. No, we're at Wally World. This Indian fellow is off to go get some Tylenol for a headache, and gets more than he bargained for.
Every frame, and we're going to speak with the man's attorney, Ashley Merchant, who says this was no crime.
Okay, look. Okay, here we go. Pop quiz. There is the perpetrator. What, pray tell, do you think he is in trouble for? Top of the screen.
Stealing.
Actually, don't read the top of the screen.
Shoplifting.
Shoplifting. Okay.
I know how they are in Walmart. I seen them.
Yo, Walmart doesn't want me in there no more, because if I show up again, and somebody says some slick shit about me and my family, you better call World Star, because sex with a plushie, that was high on the list.
Yeah,
high on the list.
So what is he in there for? What is he?
Well, as you can clearly see, there is a small child in that bag.
Oh, there's a small child in that bag?
Yeah, there must be.
But a terrible misunderstanding. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. What began as a routine trip to Walmart for Tylenol has left the man jailed for nearly a month. Mahendra Patel is accused of trying to kidnap a toddler inside the store. The thing about this is surveillance footage that we've obtained is now challenging the official narrative, raising questions about whether or not there is an innocent man behind.
Now, let me just start off on rip. If I'm a 60-something-year-old Indian dude, the last thing I want is a screaming toddler white kid.
Yeah.
I do not want that in my life. It's like, oh, and I'll raise you up to be just like me. Like, there's got to be a motive here, guys. He does not want a hungry ass little kid when you have reached your 60s and you're done feeding little crumb snatchers as a full-time job. Is Dad Suprema type of pizza? It's a taco. Tis a burrito filled with mozzarella cheese sticks. I would eat that. But this is where they kind of break down the case. But we're going to jump forward to where his lawyer gets involved around Schmear.
Of that surveillance footage. And so what we did was we put together.
Okay, so here's what I skipped. He goes into the aisle and he is walking around and he's trying to find the fucking Tylenol and he can't find it. So he sees her in the mobility cart, which she is able-bodied. She didn't need to be in there. She's just riding it around. And she has two young children on the cart with her. So he's like, hey, do you know where the headache medicine is? And she says, yeah, it's over here. Let me show you. So then she drives him over to where it is. So here's him walking in. And he is clearly cannot find that shit. Everybody has been that guy like, well, why do they gotta?
They always change the layout of the stores.
I was like, he's like, why do they change the aisles? Stop changing the aisles.
They're always changing the fucking aisles.
And then, you can't find your shit anymore. So he's wandering back and forth. He sees her and he's like, do you know where they are? And she's like, yeah, they're over here. Yeah. She's like, yeah, they're over here. He's like, oh, hello, little babies. And she's like, follow me. I will putter my way over there. Look out. I'll run your fucking feet over. Which she does to someone else. So here is where the crime takes place. That
is where the crime takes place?
Yes.
What's the crime?
She said that in that moment, he tried to run off with her baby in his arms.
Well, clearly that's not true.
Him and his lawyer claim that the fucking kid was about to face plant off of her lap and he thought she's disabled or something like that. So he caught the kid and tried to help.
Wow. And she's like, he tried to steal my baby?
It gets better. So she points it off to him. She backs into this display. Orange shirt guy is like, what the actual fuck is happening right now? Are you good? He finds the Tylenol. Gives her a hey, I found him. I think this is the angle of her running into it. Oh no, this is the whole interaction. So this is where the theft happens. There's a very svelte young man right next to her. I guess he didn't want the kid. But she's saying go down and around and over the woods to grandmother's house. And that's where we get the Tylenol. She fucks up the crest.
She's not good at operating that thing.
No, so she's got 2 kids on there. And I think she ran over one of the kids' foot in the other angle. So essentially, here's the thumbs up. Yep, you found it. That's it. Good job, buddy. He goes to the checkout, he pays for it. He's talking to one of the door greeters, and then he leaves. This man's been in jail for 40 days.
Oh my God. For saving a kid from face planting?
She, half an hour after she's done shopping, she calls 911 and says, this guy tried to abduct my baby.
That's wild. That is wild.
Like, he can't get a bond because because of the type of crime it is. You know what I mean? Like, if it's different if you stole a watch than if you abuse your spouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you abuse your spouse, you're not getting out of jail until your trial. Like, you're sitting for domestic kind of stuff, especially if you guys are cohabitating. There's a lot of extenuating circumstances. He can't leave jail now. He can't even get a bond now because she made up this lie about him trying to steal the kid.
That's crazy.
Smacks of sponsorship. It does. So
Tons of my says maybe the dingoes ate your baby.
So let's get to where she talks about homegirl. Oh wait, can you guys hear this?
Does the soundboard work?
Yes. Unlimited power.
Hold on. Can you hear this?
No.
Oh, damn. I thought mine would work too.
Well, I'm sharing my screen. That's why you can get my audio.
Oh, when you share your screen, you can do the audio. Yes.
Sucking this dry and
God damn it. I will have some power, damn it.
Oh, you can do a counter soundboard.
Yeah. I only have like 5, but I'll put more on there.
All them black people are getting the jobs that we white people use.
Every time. Gets them every time. Oh, mute. Mute.
Allegations that were taken out of context and incorrect. And I think that the police did not do enough follow-up. I think that they made some public statements that this is a public outcry, and anytime there's a public outcry and the community thinks that there's a child kidnapper on the loose, the police are very quick to make arrests, very quick. And they sort of did more to ignite this public clamoring and, the public being so terrified of whatever's happening. And so the public really wanted an arrest and the police wanted to deliver. You know, they want to make the public happy. They want to solve the
love
case. And so I think they're just very quick to make the rational button.
And talking about Miss Miller for a second, so
yeah, let's talk about Miss Miller for a second.
that she had previously filed a lawsuit back in 2019 against Lyft, alleging she was sexually assaulted by a driver. This is according to reporting from the Associated Press. And the outlet reports that she was one of 19 women who filed jointly against the rideshare company in December of 2019. It's a case that still appears to be unresolved. Ashley, do you believe anything about that is relevant to your case at hand?
Oh, I definitely do. I think that it could go to what the motivations were in her making this allegations, whether the motivations are to sue Walmart, to sue my client, you know, something like that. That could definitely be at play here. And, you know, I had to investigate that case because we found the lawsuit. And in the lawsuit, you have to, for a civil case, you have to swear to the facts in your lawsuit. And so the facts that she swore to are that she was raped. And so I went and I pulled the police report because if, you know, obviously if she is a victim of sexual assault, you know, then that's not something that we want to talk about. I pulled the police report and she specifically told the police she was not raped. So, you know, you've got this statement to law enforcement where she says she's not raped. And then you've got this statement in a lawsuit where she's trying to get money saying that she is. That's inconsistent. And so if she's made prior false allegations, whether the motivation is for attention, is for money, whatever the motivations are, that's highly relevant to her allegations in this case. Highly relevant.
40 days. Homie's been in jail. Nothing anybody can do about it.
Tim Ballum paid £10 for us to watch the Tank video, so we might as well watch it.
Okay. If we get demonetized, it's got $10.
Yeah, we got $10 for it. Yeah, let's set a precedent for this. Hey, if you put $10 in a super chat, we'll watch the video as long as it's not offensive.
No, as long as it's not copyrightable.
Yeah, as long as it's not copyrightable. We can't watch like an episode of fucking Seinfeld.
Oh, is it the one with the 50 cal rifle, Tim? Oh, led by donkeys. Oh, let me see.
So as long as we won't get it, as long as we won't get a content strike or some sort of community strike, we'll put it in.
No, he was right.
Yes.
My name is...
I am already done.
I'm 98 years old and I served in the British Army in World War II, as did this Sherman tank. I'm old enough to have seen fascism the first time around. Now it's coming back. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, is using his immense power to support the far right in Europe. And his money comes from Tesla cars. Well, I've got this message from Mr. Musk. We've crushed fascism before, and we'll crush it again. So let's go, shall we?
Oh my God. Let's fucking go!
LFG, let's fucking go!
Yes!
Oh,
there's a camera inside the Tesla? That's great.
Are you gonna get the camera back? He's crying somewhere.
Yeah.
That deserves an air horn.
That's great.
Very nice. So, are you getting an echo or anything, Tim?
Am I getting an echo? No.
Yeah,
I
so
just hear. There is a little bit of an echo, but it's faint.
Somebody's here. All right, I will be right back.
Okay. Mikey will be right back. There he goes. Watch him go. Watching a tank destroy a Tesla is hilarious. I was also surprised that it didn't like explode because of all the fucking battery in there. But that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. Oh, while Mikey's gone, I guess I'll do some ad stuff, right? So like and subscribe, hit the like button on the video, and then subscribe on the channel. And if you want to become a member, you can do that now. You just be a Binsider or Binsclusive or whatever it is. And we got a Patreon, patreon.com/thebinpodcast. You can become a patron there and get all the same benefits as you would as a member of the YouTubes.
Yes. Someone's selling something.
Someone's selling. Are they trying to sell you solar panels? I get
don't
that
know.
shit all the time.
He might be, but he got away before I could yell at him.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, look, we have an update. All right.
How does it feel?
I feel great. It's a freedom that's called now.
Oh, that's good.
So happy to be out.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Damn, cameraman, what the fuck?
47 days. Absolutely.
Sir!
Counted every hour and every minute over there.
How does it feel being able to walk outside, be with your family, with your daughters?
It feels great. It feels great. It could not happen without all these guys right here in my circle. Didn't help me.
What was it like all that time? Those 6 weeks you were in there.
Well, you know, I'm a perseverance guy, so you got to take it one day at a time. A lot of ups and downs in the days, but I knew we had a team outside helping me. So one day we'll see the light out, and then we see it today.
Yeah, put it in perspective. I asked if he had clothes. He said, well, I have winter clothes because I went into jail. It was
Yes.
winter.
Yeah, this is it.
Now arrest
And
the
I have a
Karen.
jacket actually, too.
Right? Yes.
Because that day,
False police
I was in a
report,
boarding
lying
when
under oath,
I got
perjury.
picked up.
Yeah.
So like I don't even have clothes even. Yeah, it was a tough time over there, but
What was your reaction when you got arrested?
I said that, you know, I cannot even dream about somebody alleging me for doing this kind of thing. Forget about me dreaming to do this. So it was a shocker. In fact, I didn't even realize why they were arresting me in the first place. And they took me in Accord. And that's when I realized that this is what it was all about. I thought they had a wrong guy or something. So we had no idea.
But he wants to go home and, you know, eat a home cooked meal and be with his family and get
I
a
was gonna say,
shower.
yeah, what are you going to do first?
Yeah, what are you going to do first?
I got to take a shower. I'm a picky about food, but I told my daughter and wife, I said, I don't care. Better than what I got over there. I'll take it any day, any moment. So any food I will eat.
And that was Fulton County Jail, which is one of the worst jails in America down in Georgia. Takes the people out of Atlanta and stuff. So it's poor guy. I'm glad he's out. Yeah, I hope he sues to the high heavens. Take everything. Name that whole town's going to be named after him by the time they're done. What kind of fucking police work is it where you're not even what's going on here? There we go. You're not even doing any kind of investigation before you just run and go pick up a guy.
Right.
Investigate the claim, dude. Investigate the claim. But yes, what you got there, Tim?
Hey, to all of our British, the Brits in the chat. Hey, we have a trade deal with Britain now.
Yay.
The President of the United States announced it. All right, let's see.
Oh, this is an hour.
Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, that's so weird. How come it's only your screen? Maybe because you're the host.
Huh? This is your share screen.
Yeah, I know. I pressed the sound effect. You didn't hear the sound effect?
Open up. Sorry, guys. Quick making of the sausage moment. Okay, open up your Stream Deck thing.
That's open. Oh, I have to open it on the computer. Oh, yes. Okay.
Did you fire it off? So then what's your output? Make sure your output is right. It should be whatever your microphone is.
Oh, okay. So while we're doing this, we'll watch a minute or two of the video.
Okay. Just start when the random air horns show up, we'll know it's working.
Yeah. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. I just want to watch a few minutes of Trump not knowing where he is.
This is the first of some great things, and great for them, great for everybody.
Good.
You all set to go? This is
ready when you are.
Okay, we're ready. We have the Prime Minister on the phone, and we have a nice hookup. This looks like the kind of a hookup that's not going to be causing any problems. And your voice comes through beautifully here. So I just want to.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it is. You sound great. I
Oh my
just want to
God.
begin
He
by
sounds
saying
terrible.
that
Yeah, he
is
sounds
a
real
very
terrible.
special
Sounds
day.
using
because
AirPods.
it's Victory Day, World War II, May 8th. And just by happenstance, we have the Prime Minister on the phone, and we were great allies in that. And it's very unusual that the trade deal comes due, and we signed it up on the same day that we had a great victory, the greatest victory of them all. So we are talking more and more about Victory Day because we were a big part of it. And so was the UK. And it's just, I guess, I don't know what you call it. It's just incredible that that day is the same day that we signed a tremendous trade deal for both countries.
Why is he so dumb?
Yeah, look how big that font is, dude.
Yeah, well, that's because he can't fuck. He is illiterate. He is president illiterate.
And he can't see well, and he needs glasses, but he's too fucking proud to get glasses.
Right. Dude, you're 80.
You need cheaters.
Yeah, you need fucking readers, man. Just get some magnifying glasses.
Get a telescope. Put it on the desk. Point it at the page.
Yeah. So I'm going to begin by just adding that we just concluded the rare earth deal with Ukraine.
The rare earth
That's been
deal.
fully ratified and approved by their legislative branches. And so we appreciate that. And I'll be speaking with the president in a little while, a little bit later. And we appreciate that. But
I
the
hope
deal
they
is
go.
all now
I hope they
signed
go
up
back
and
on the deal.
ratified. And we have access to a massive amount of very, very high quality rare earth. This morning, I'm thrilled to announce that we have reached a breakthrough trade deal with the United Kingdom. Incredible country. Today is a victory day for
The United Kingdom is not one country,
We won the war
stupid.
together.
Yeah, right.
Exactly 80 years ago, so there could be no more perfect morning to reach this historic agreement. And it's beautiful weather out. I will tell you that, Keir. Beautiful weather. It's so perfect outside. But it's really,
you heard
in
it?
particular, the agreement with one of our closest and most cherished allies. And we're so happy that that's the way it worked out. I want to thank Prime Minister Starmer and his very talented team for their outstanding work and partnership. Today's agreement with the UK is the first in a series of agreements on trade
Yay,
that
the
my
button works.
administration has been negotiating over the past 4 weeks. With this deal, the UK joins the United States in affirming that reciprocity and fairness is an essential and vital principle of international trade. The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers. And our secretary, as you know, of agriculture is here. Brooke, thank you very much.
Why? This is meandering. What else is there?
It's just like whenever he's reading something or trying to read something, like it's just a droning, like, you know what I mean? Like I can't even follow what the hell you're talking about.
Here,
You're just so dumb.
We'll take some press questions, see if they
spice it up a little bit.
Has to do with chips, has to do with cars. We used to make chips. We
Back
had
up 10
Intel.
seconds.
We used to make chips. We had a monopoly. Amazing what's happening. We
See if
did
we
do
can get
that
the-
in a whole. Wouldn't do
see if we can
one
get that
trillion
question.
in a year. Wouldn't do. There are plants going up. and
Oh my
having
God, how far back
spoken
was
to
this
us. They're doing it because
question?
of the tariffs. Cars, they
Use
make
the-
a very
use the
small
arrows.
Number of cars that are super luxury, and that
No, on your
that makes
keyboard.
millions. I wouldn't
There you
even
go.
ask them to barely do. Is on cars. We took it from 25 to 10 on Rolls Royce because Rolls Royce is not going to
Rolls Royce.
I wouldn't even ask them to do that. You know, it's a very special car, and it's a very limited number too. It's not one of the,
Rolls Royce.
one of the monster car.
You gotta
companies
look
that
out
makes
for the
millions
Rolls
of cars.
Royces
They make
out
a
there,
very
dog.
small number of cars that are super luxury, and that includes Bentley and Jaguar.
If you
So
only
we
knew
have
how ridiculous
some
it
very
is,
special
you would
cars.
do.
So in order to help that industry, and that's really.
But
you know,
Tim, what
handmade
about
stuff.
Bentley?
They've been doing it for a long time at the same location. And I said, yeah, that would be good. Let's help them out with that one. But that's different than a car company that
Hey, that
comes
car is
out
going
and
to
makes
cost
millions of
1.5
cars, which they'll be
instead
doing in
of
our country. They can build. We have
Instead of
many
900.
factories, car plants being built or going to be built very soon. I think we can say that we'll be close to $10 trillion of investment. I think we're actually at that number now. If you
there
add
even
up
that
some of
much
the ones
money
we haven't heard about yet.
to be
I
put?
mean, we have
Like,
some
what is he
going up right now.
talking
They have
about?
plants going
I
up.
don't
They haven't
know.
spoken to us. They're doing it because of the tariffs.
So 10 people
And
have
tariffs
put
have
up
always been used
double
against
our
us. I never
GDP
understood.
in
I used to
investment.
sit back. As you know,
Brother.
China paid
Yeah.
hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs when I was president. But until then, China never paid anything. And, they really did a big number on us from the standpoint of trade. But we are using tariffs now for our benefit. And we have
we're
now
not.
close to $10 trillion.
informing
Think
you?
of that, 10
No, I'm
trillion.
not.
If you look
I'm
at the
just
past
leading you.
administration, and we're talking about over, essentially 2 months, because we could say 3, but it took a little while to get the office in perfect shape, right? It took a little while to get things done. But once we started,
Still
when
funny,
you think of
sir.
that, close to $10 trillion of investment. You've had years where the United States wouldn't do that wouldn't do 1 trillion in a year, wouldn't do anywhere near 1 trillion. We did 10 trillion in 2 months.
business.
So it's amazing what's happening. We're getting calls and that has to do with chips, has to do with cars. We used to make chips. We had Intel, and we used to make chips. We had a monopoly on chips. Everything was.
We
made
did not. We
now
never had a monopoly on
over
shit.
years because of presidents that didn't know what they were doing. They allowed that business to be stolen from us. Most of it moved to Taiwan. And you probably were in the same position, right? Because you had a lot of the chip making capacity, but they moved it in. And if we would have said,
Who's
that's
he
fine,
talking to?
if you want to move it to Taiwan,
Who
that's
knows?
good. But if you want to sell back into the United States.
I just want to point out how confused JD Vance looks.
He has no idea which way the ping pong ball is going, and he does not know whether he should be clapping, whether he should be mad. Daddy is confusing him.
He's looking down at Trump like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Wait, what do I do? It's when you fake out the Labrador with the tennis ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he looks like. He's like, what are we doing?
Did you throw it?
Are we going? Did you?
Is it thrown?
Or maybe
Did
we
I
get an
miss
actual
it?
fucking question from somebody here.
Did I miss it?
Did I miss? Yeah, that's the look. He's like, what am I missing?
Did the ball go? I didn't even hear it hit the ground. Where is the ball?
Them to do well. We want them to do very well. So absolutely, no business because of the tariffs. They have no business, and they want to have business, and we want them to have business. We want them to do well. We want them to do very well. So I think it's going to be very substantive.
Because business has slowed down, as you mentioned, we're seeing.
China.
But we're seeing as a
In China.
result, the ports here in the U.S.,
In China.
the traffic has really slowed, and now thousands of dock workers and truck drivers are worried about their jobs.
That means we lose less money. When I see that means we lose less money. Look, China was making
What
over
does that mean?
1.1 trillion in my
Pause,
opinion.
pause,
Different
pause,
numbers from
please.
500.
The fact that, and some other people have brought this up because he said this a couple of times now. He thinks that when we have trade with someone, that is a loss of money.
Right.
It's called spending money. Something that, is he so scrambled egg brained with cheese and chives that he believes that anytime you purchase something and you get something in return, that it doesn't matter that you got something in return, you still lost money?
Right.
It's
yeah.
called trade, dumbass. That is the point. We give away these useless scraps of paper for stuff we want.
Yeah. I don't think he understands the core principles of
Earth
trade. So money is not real.
No.
We made it up.
It is fictional.
It is fictional. It takes the place of something of value so that you don't have to directly barter with people for every fucking thing. Right? That's the whole point of fiat currency. Is that it's the government saying this thing has value Use it to spend instead of directly dealing with people. You're not trading like services for services or products for products.
I will give you 6 goats for that car.
And Trump he fundamentally does not understand buying things, I guess.
No.
He doesn't get it.
Anything. Like every time that we would like buy shit from Shein and Temu and all that stuff, he's like, that's robbery of America.
Right.
What are you talking? You are dumb. You are a big dumbass. It's called buying shit. He buys shit all the time. And he doesn't say, oh, I just got robbed by the fucking gold paint store because I had to fucking paint the whole inside of the Oval Office. Like all them sconces and shit. He didn't make that. He didn't find an ingot on the floor and go hit up his furnace and just mold that. No, you purchased it from somewhere. That person didn't rob you. He's dumb, dude.
He's so he just, for someone who claims to be like the world's best negotiator or whatever, he fundamentally does not understand how capitalism works, I suppose.
Or a register.
Yeah.
You know, like unbelievable.
He's so bad.
Okay. If we must go on, let's go on. Ooh, should we talk about Fetterman?
Oh yeah, find a Fetterman video.
Okay. Oh, I also have a quick one. And this is more like a PSA for everybody.
100 million.
Throw this up. Boom.
Hello. I have placed 2 explosives inside of Rockville High School, okay? And if they fail to detonate, I'm just going to shoot every kid I see, okay?
This call was a hoax, but part of a series of nightmare threats terrorizing Vernon, Connecticut.
British kid on the phone, if you'll notice.
Vernon, Connecticut. Well, that's not too far from me.
Too close.
Determining the threats came from overseas, but with the help of a teenage girl living right in town.
He was doing these threats with her knowledge and with some of her input.
Both of them involved in a shadowy online global network called 764, which wants governments toppled and the world in chaos, but which also targets kids on social media and gaming platforms, befriending them before demanding violent and sexual content from them.
They will encourage them sometimes to commit suicide. They will encourage them to do cutting. They will encourage them to harm their pets.
They're using basically psychological warfare on children.
That's right. They gain the trust, and then they continue to build that trust to the point where they have power and the ability to blackmail the child, basically.
The girl thought the hoax.
Stop leaving your kids on the internet unaccompanied.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Like me and Tim play Call of Duty. The garbage that comes out of people's mouths and like their names and just like the toxicity. We don't even I used to be quite the shit talker. This isn't even shit talking. It's just a fountain of hate speech. A fountain of hate speech. The kid who you muted last night, Tim.
Yeah.
He was in Scotland. He must have dropped about 30 N-bombs.
Damn, man.
About 30 in about, I don't know, a minute and a half.
Yeah, and
they just have this like wall of anonymity and they feel untouchable. And these little dirty ass little white boys who have stankin' asses and no girlfriends because of their stankin' asses can't fucking wash themselves, but they feel like they're superior to every fucking creature that has ever existed with their stankin' asses. Yeah, them. Those are the ones that you are putting into the so when you put your kid on Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty or even Halo, that's who's in these kinds of people.
Yeah.
That's who's on the other side of the mic.
Yeah,
So
they're
stop
real.
letting them in there.
They're real monsters over there.
Like, don't let your kid chat online with anyone for any reason. It is not worth it at all.
Yeah,
Even a little bit.
The internet just makes people do dumb shit and say dumb shit. All like it gives, like you said, it's the anonymity of the internet, and it's always been a thing. Like YouTube comments are the same way. Like, we get. Oh man, we got to find some Gutfeld. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
We put up a video about Gutfeld. I put up a video last week, and the hate we get just from saying that Gutfeld is not funny, which he's not.
He's not.
He doesn't know.
Objectively.
He doesn't know the basics of comedy. Just the hate we get from random people on the internet who like, they call us soy boys, and they're like, you guys are fucking weak, and you
No
don't know.
testosterone in this
no
stream.
no testosterone, whatever, bro. Like, fucking go
I
touch some
only
grass.
watch streams full of testosterone, but I don't love men that way. Don't accuse me of projecting my homoerotic energy all over you. That's why you're shoving it down my throat and bending me over. Like, I'm just like, your imagery is so strange.
Honestly,
Sure?
if you want a good time, look at our comments for any video that references like JD Vance or Greg Gutfeld. It's hilarious.
I think if we have time today, Tim, we should do that. We should read mean tweets and just read. We'll just answer. We'll put up a screen record and we'll just answer the chat, and you guys can watch it.
Yeah, that'll be funny. We'll put that up on
for the members and
the
the
members. But yeah, the anonymity of the internet just lets people do the intrusive thought thing. They just get to say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Because no one can find them.
Correct. There's no what's it called? No retribution.
Yeah. And therefore apparently there's no civility. And I'm all for shit talking.
It's fun.
I do it too, but I don't like hurl racial slurs.
Yeah, me and Tim have called each other bitches more than probably most people. But that is because I had a sword and I deserved it. Okay, I can't be mad at the guy. I'm being a bitch. I'm doing bitch shit. And that's fine. Like, but I'm not any of the animals that these people call me.
Right.
Most of them primates, like it's blatant, disgusting shit.
Yeah.
That they would be horrified if anybody, I don't know, from their job found out about that. But yeah.
Was her boyfriend, and he convinced her to share pornography and create 7.
Oh yeah, and these are underage kids, by the way, that they're trying to get shit from.
Christ.
Or related content, like this Barbie doll with the group's name written on its forehead.
It was very difficult to process. I wanted to scream, not my child.
ABC News agreed to alter the faces and voices of the parents of the teenage girl.
Before it started, she was a child who was on the honor roll. She had a lot of friends, and then slowly that started to change.
When the girl began to resist demands, her family says extortion and threats against her ramped up.
Do we consider her a victim or a participant?
Depending on
both.
Yeah, both.
Who you ask, the answer may be different.
So you sometimes have victims who then become subjects themselves because they start to go out and perpetrate acts on behalf of the individual who victimized them.
The FBI tells ABC News in an exclusive interview that it has more than 250 open investigations tied to the 764 network, reaching all 55 field offices across the nation. Nearly a dozen others have already been charged, including a young Arkansas man seen here being arrested.
Arkansas, tons to show peoples.
Have already been charged, including a young Arkansas man seen here.
Russellville? Do you know where that is, tons?
Being arrested on unrelated charges.
Man, this guy's got some weird stuff in this car, bro.
But now pleading guilty to plotting to murder a 14-year-old girl in a separate case when she stopped complying with his demands.
Damn.
These dudes are fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Back in Connecticut, the parents of that teenage girl hoping that what happened to her family can be a cautionary tale for others.
If we can help just one family, then it's worth it.
Do not let your kids online by themselves, period, for no reason ever.
Yeah, damn.
It is not safe. The days of AOL and all, It is different now. It is not Netscape, you know. It is it is not you've got mail times. It is not those days anymore. There are monsters out there. Protect your kids. Do not let them online by themselves. Thus saith our Lord, dead as supreme. I forgot who you told me to look up.
Fucking Gutfeld.
No, the other one.
The guy. The Pennsylvania guy.
Oh, Fetterman.
John Fetterman. Senator. Oh, that's what I should.
Here we go.
And now it's just a disgruntled group of people, and there's only one there. So
I'll let him say his bullshit, and then I'll tell you what he's accused of.
So that's the same thing. There's no new news involved for this.
The individual is your former chief of staff who has said that he's concerned about your well-being, which is why he went public. What do you say to someone like him who's concerned about? He says he's concerned about your personal well-being.
It's like no, he's had a weird grudge, and he has threatened to do this for quite a while. And if you're really concerned about someone, you could say, hey, let's sit down. Can we talk? It's not like going to the media, and that's why somebody that has an agenda. It's like a hit piece.
So you've been public about your struggles with depression, and you had a prescription regimen of drugs to take in the aftermath of your time. Have you been keeping up with that, taking your medication?
I want to. My doctors are like, John is great, and I am on all of the plan that it's always been, and it's incredibly invasive. And why are people talking about anyone's personal medical things? It's that, I think.
Why should we be talking about John Fetterman's medical stuffs? Well, for a couple of good reasons. Reason number one is you owe that information to the people who voted for you. Maybe.
Yeah.
How about the people you employ? How about your partners and your colleagues? How about yourself? If you guys don't remember John Fetterman, or if you're from overseas, John Fetterman was that 2022?
2022.
That feels right. I think he came in 2022.
2020.
Yeah. Okay. So he ran as a Democrat in Pennsylvania, and he's got, the hoodie on looking like Belichick. That was kind of like his image, is he's like this rough and normal, down to earth guy. And he had some backing. Well, then he had a stroke right before the election. And he had to do the debate with like very obvious verbal cognitive issues. He wasn't able to really articulate properly. Still won a seat anyway, because they're like, he'll get better over time. And it was a freak thing. According to, I'm trying to figure out who's got the best article of it. According to his former chief of staff, he has been a absolute different person since the stroke.
Right.
He came out guns blazing, almost literally, for Israel, where instead of being this really kind of not a war hawk guy, he said, kill them all in a tweet.
Right. Yeah.
Like the AIPAC support has been through the roof for him. Like he ended up missing tons and tons of votes since the stroke. And it was later found out that a part of that time he was at Robert Reed Medical Hospital for depression. Look, depression is real. I'm right. I'm represented. I'm a representative of the pack. I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you. He would walk around in figure eights, humming to himself. You know what I mean? He's radically different on things that he would say he would do. He just wouldn't do. He wouldn't show up for shit. Did you know this, Tim? He got into a fucking car accident texting.
Oh my God.
Smashed the shit out of some lady's car. And no, did you hear about it?
I did not hear about this, no.
And we're political nerds. But it is amazing to me that all of this, just like Joe Biden, is being swept under the rug.
Yeah, I don't remember it being reported, and I'm on the news daily.
I'll grab it for you.
Most people would agree that's really, really invasive.
Can you explain what happened with those driving incidents? There was a reckless driving incident last year, and there was something in the concern in the article about you driving, getting behind the wheel.
No, it's like there's no news. There's no news on those things. It was an accident.
Hey, so she's being transported. I got her driver's license.
Let's see her car.
That's her phone. It says the registration. She's in the red car. Her registration's in the red car.
I'll get all your information for you, Eric.
All good, sir.
Yeah.
Damn.
Look at her fucking car, dude.
Whoa. So
allegedly speeding, texting, slammed into the back of her.
Here's the thing, right? So when I was working for the Congresswoman, she is old. She's like 70 something.
Mhm.
And she doesn't drive anymore. She has a driver and she has a driver / security guard,
right,
who takes her everywhere.
A valet.
Why don't all, like, he's a senator, she's a House rep, like he should have someone driving for him. I honestly think that, like, yeah, especially because he has a medical history, like they should have a driver / security guy.
Mm-hmm. Or a nurse, caretaker,
something.
Like,
Like,
what if, you know what I mean? What if you start stroking out again? I need to be with you.
I get it. He's a busy guy and he's got to be on his phone, so just fucking have someone drive for you. It's not that hard. He makes enough money.
We pay for it anyway, so I just
Yeah.
want to ask
Does she need EMS too? Is she gonna get checked out? Or?
No, I'm good.
I think so, because like her car's fucked.
Did you just rear-end her?
Yeah, I asked her. She said she was okay.
Yeah.
Is that a medical bracelet on his fucking wrist already?
I asked her. She said she was okay.
Yeah.
He's about to tell us, I think.
Yep.
They blurred it out. I think it is a medical bracelet.
It looks like one.
23 to Hagerstown, copy for a tag.
I mean, look at this. Could have fucking killed somebody.
Right.
But yeah, we're all making it up and we're all just being bullies and we just don't want him to succeed.
Yeah, no, we don't.
That's just some one-off story about things that don't matter. And why are y'all bringing this up?
This is like Trump with like the fucking tariffs. Like, stop asking me about the tariffs. When will trade deals get done? Stop asking me about the trade deals.
What? Why do you keep asking me?
What?
Why do you keep asking me about these trade deals?
What is your obsession with the trade deal?
Or was it like that Republican lady who was like, what is your guys' obsession with the federal government?
Yeah, right.
Weird.
You guys are weird. You're obsessed with the government. Yeah. Stop fucking trying to gaslight people, I guess.
Dana White with Dutch from Dig.
Oh my God.
Same politics.
Same exact politics.
Same person. They should blur his moves.
Oh no.
Put a bra on that thing. Tim, do you remember Anonymous?
Yes.
The hacker group?
Yes, I try to avoid them when I can.
They have a message that they put out.
Okay. As long as it's not about me, I'm fine.
They have decided to initiate Operation Dreadnought. Oh boy, sounds great. Anonymous has decided to enforce the judge's orders since you and your sycophant staff ignore lawful orders that go against your fascist plans. You lose again, Donnie. A federal judge ruled on May 1st, 2025, that the Trump administration's invocation of the Aliens Enemy Act of 1798 to remove alleged members of Venezuelan gang from the country is unlawful. The president cannot summarily declare that a foreign nation or government has threatened or perpetuated an invasion or predatory incursion of the United States, followed by the identification of the alien enemy subject to detention or removal. This is good. The proclamation makes no reference to and in no manner suggests that a threat exists of an organized armed group of individuals entering the United States at the direction of the Venezuela to conquer the country or assume control over a portion of the country. Thus, the proclamation's language cannot be read as describing conduct that falls within the meaning of invasion for purposes of the AEA. Allowing the president to unilaterally define the conditions when he may invoke the AEA and then summarily declare that those conditions exist would remove all limitations of the executive branch's authority under the AEA and would strip the courts of their traditional role of interpreting congressional statutes to determine whether a government official has exceeded the statute's scope. The law does not support such a position. And that's from Trump's appointed federal U.S. District Judge Fernandez Rodriguez. I was right. They got the planes, bro. They got the planes of the people.
Again, 404 Media.
Global X. So Global X is this airline that's been doing all these deportations. They hack the shit out of them. They have every bit of data that they have. So if you do not tell us who those people were that you just disappeared, if you do not tell us where you sent them, we will put all of this information out, is what they're saying. We will release the lists of all of the people that you've disappeared. We do have all of their names, even if you don't think we should. And then they end it with their normal thing. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Cool. I don't want to be in their way. So
it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Declassified memo shares Trump's own intel agencies reject his claim about notorious gang. So again, back to the lies. A declassified U.S. intelligence memo obtained by the New York Times contradicts
whatever we're listening to, it's not on the screen.
You're right.
Donald Trump that the government of Venezuela controls the Trinity gang. In March, Trump invoked the 1798 Alien Enemies Act.
I already did all that. But this is not good for Trump because this isn't an arena he does not know how to navigate. They don't negotiate.
Yeah.
You do what they tell them to do, or they just cause as much trouble as they can until you do what they do. It's not great. So I expect that we're probably going to get some leaks here probably in like the next month or so.
All right.
There's going to be big documents floating around to news stations with the lists of all these people and their social media and all that, and they're going to humanize every single one of these people. I mean, it's a clever tactic.
Yeah.
It's a clever tactic, and it seems to be working thus far. How do you think Trump will respond, if at all?
I don't think Trump will respond. I don't think he knows or cares. I honestly think that everything is just computer to him. So,
oh, look at the computer.
It runs on computer. Like he thought Teslas had a motor you could rev. So, I think
you want me to fire it up for you?
Yeah. I think he doesn't have any clue in that arena, and his cybersecurity people also don't. So,
I mean, do you think they got the signal chat already?
Right, exactly. Right.
If they can hack an entire airline.
Yeah. Yeah, if they can hack an entire airline, I'm sure they can get JD Vance's fucking signal chat. So I think that the Trump administration doesn't have enough wherewithal to have the security to do anything about it.
And didn't they just like gut the cybersecurity people?
They've gutted everything, so I'm sure. Like nothing is working the way it should. I don't know what they expect, but they've gutted the government and now nothing works the way it should.
And he thought he was just gonna like bully all the other countries simultaneously.
Yes, at once. He thought he was, and he just made that deal he made with the UK is, I believe, an economist referred to it as nothing, as like pennies, because there's still going to be tariffs, and the deal is to reduce the tariffs on certain things.
Did they say what?
Yeah, Rolls-Royce.
Oh, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, he's reducing the tariffs on Rolls-Royce from 25% to 10%.
Well, Tim, he was gonna get one. So one American has been helped already. You know. Or maybe for all the landlords who are fucking about to fucking clean up the whole fucking housing market.
I think they made a deal to also remove like non-tariff barriers to trade, so maybe it'll be easier to trade with the UK, but it's not. He didn't get rid of the tariffs. They're still there. So,
oh yeah, and did you hear what he was saying about strollers?
Yes, because Donald Trump was never a human being, and he doesn't understand what human children are like for some reason, and he's got such like yes, he's got such an old view of like what children do. But yes, play the clip and so I don't have to ramble on about it.
But let me give you some examples. These are.
She is the best interviewer for him.
Yeah.
He is like a fucking kitten eating out of her hand. He is so infatuated with her. And she just keeps like, oh yeah. Okay, well, what about this? Like, you know, she keeps reeling him in where he thinks he's appealing to this attractive woman, but she is working him. I love it. Use it. Use your powers.
But let me give you some examples. These are actual examples. So you're saying the prices that are going down, some prices are going up. Tires, strollers, some clothing in the wake of your tariffs.
That's peanuts compared to energy. Energy is 60% of the cost.
But sir, you
That's wrong.
You campaigned on a promise to bring prices down on day.
Well, I don't know. When you say strollers are going up, what kind of a thing? I'm saying that gas.
What kind of a thing?
What kind of a thing is a stroller?
Who ever heard of a stroller? The snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
Wait, he's talking about like fucking sprockets or something. He's like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I'm saying that
Is that computer?
Oh, wait.
Say, oh, you think you bought that? You think it's a game?
No, not that one.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Gasoline is thousands of times more important than a stroller someplace.
But what do you say to Americans who say
You can't drive your kid in the car with the cheap gasoline without a car seat. You know, it's
can't.
usually come with a stroller.
Yeah.
They come in sets.
Yeah, and the gasoline isn't cheap, by the way.
Yeah, it's the same. Oh, some asshole online tried to make it seem like, oh, it is lower. This people immediately fact checked him. He was looking at E85. Yeah, E85 is under $2. It's always under $2.
That's because it's E85. Nobody uses that shit.
It's fucking E85. It's not real gas. It's fucking corn oil.
Gasoline in my neighborhood is $3.05, I think.
$3.50 for us. I just filled up yesterday when we went to the zoo.
Yeah, it's not $2. I haven't seen $2 gasoline since the pandemic.
I haven't seen $2 gasoline since I was in high school.
Yeah, it's been a while since gasoline was, and it's the same. I don't know if anyone has noticed a difference, but there is no difference between fucking Obama and Biden and Trump gasoline.
No.
It's all
Yes,
the same
it's
price.
corn alcohol. You're right, Dave. Sorry.
Sorry, Dave. It always has to be right.
I was wrong. Dave was right.
Professor Dave.
Sucking us dry, and
God damn it.
And they need relief right now.
And they're getting it.
Right now? What about those
even mortgage rates? It was
different
just
items
announced,
I just
mortgage
mentioned?
rates are going down despite
No, they're not. He just says shit that's not true.
the fact that we have a stubborn Fed.
But you said even dolls could cost a couple bucks more.
He said the interest rates are going down. We just have a stubborn Fed.
The
is that what you think? It is going down, but the guy just won't authorize it as going down. No, they fucking said it.
As a person who is both trying to buy and sell a home, interest rates have only gone up. And the Fed yesterday said that they're not going to lower interest rates. So
Right. So we're in for stagflation.
And that's what the Fed chair said. He said stagflation is a possibility because of the Trump tariffs.
Yeah. He can't lower interest rates with you fucking up all of our international trade. That is a worse idea than what the fucking up the international trade would be.
Yeah.
I would say.
Maybe they might, but you don't need to have, as I said, $35. You can have 2, 3, 4 and save a lot of money. We don't need to feed the beast.
You know, I'm so sick of Democrats trying to control my life.
Yeah, I'm so sick of fucking these woke ass Democrats, these socialists trying to tell me how much stuff I can have and trying to redistribute wealth. How dare they?
I mean, he literally said, yo, tariffs are going to bring in $4 trillion. And everyone's like, yeah. And they're like, yo, you're paying the tariffs. And he's like, that's not what he said. And then now he's like, look, you're going to get less shit and it's going to cost more. And then we turn back. Where's the Trump crowd? Oh,
Right.
There ain't no Trump crowd. They're all like, everybody done got quiet. I ain't heard nobody like, I'm so proud to pay 700% for my tires. I love it.
Yeah, you don't see anyone out there talking about, oh, China's going to pay the tariffs. Even Trump's not saying it anymore. Trump's not saying China's
See?
going to pay the tariffs. It's, oh, yeah, well, you're going to have
We have to do
less
this.
stuff.
We
guys.
have to do that. Your
There's
kid doesn't need so much bullshit.
Yeah, you don't need so much stuff, America.
What's up
Why
with all
don't-
the fucking holidays like Christmas and your fucking birthday?
Yeah, why don't you have a fucking minimalist Christmas, you fucks? What's
Look.
with all this consumerism?
Melania, get the pictures of how you decorated the White House.
Oh my God, those red Christmas trees.
Those red triangles of death.
I just want a clip of that and then like the voiceover of her saying, "Who gives a fuck about Christmas?"
It's shit. That was some. You just wake up in a void.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you turn to your left and you see that, and then you turn to your right and it's like an ocean. You're like, what do I do? What do I do?
Where am I? What fresh hell is this?
I can't wake up. I can't wake up.
Yeah, it's so funny that President fucking capitalism is like, hey guys, you're gonna have to buy less things because there's gonna be less stuff and it's gonna be more expensive.
But he won't get the income. Like, oh my God. I hate all of this tariff bullshit for every single reason that they exist. The main reason is because there isn't a main fucking reason. He has tried every bit of bullshit that he can muster to try to push this through. And I will go to my watery grave saying this. The Republicans are a bunch of fucking cowards.
Oh my God.
Rein him the fuck in. Even if you guys wanted to do all of this chaotic bullshit, you have the houses of Congress to do it. Do it the right fucking way. Like, why are you letting a dementia Donnie over here run wild? Why did you let Elon run wild? Scott Besson and Hegseth and Noam and all, like, why are you letting them do that?
RFK.
RF fucking K. Like, why aren't you reining them in with your congressional powers?
It's
like what do you think is going? Like, what world are you thinking is going to exist for you if this goes through to its inevitable conclusion?
It's so funny that like the hypocrisy of the Republicans for the last, I don't know, forever. The Republicans for the last 30 years have been like, tell government to take their hands off my life.
Yes.
And tell government to we need smaller government who's not going to fucking bother me and my family. And now it's RFK's in HHS saying he's going to make America healthy again by telling us that we don't need vaccines. He's going to take the fluoride out of our water, and he's going to fuck up our food system by firing everyone.
Yeah.
And you got
not have any of the food inspected anymore.
Yeah, not having any of the food. Guys, make sure you check your food before you eat it, like, or cook it or whatever. Like, make sure that, like, because the FDA isn't doing that anymore. They just aren't. There aren't enough of them. And make sure that you are in contact with your local health department if you get sick, because they're the only ones that can spread the information now.
Yeah.
But and then you got the government's fucking blackbagging people off the streets
for writing an article.
For writing an article or saying something in school.
Right.
They're out there canceling visas for people that say things that they don't like. And they're 100% all up inside what you buy now because of the tariffs. Trump is telling you what you should and shouldn't buy.
Well, he's going to control what you do and do not buy.
Yeah.
But even at that point, even if he wanted to control what we purchased, he has anything over 50% on a tariff is an embargo.
Yeah.
Like it's not worth it to do it. There is no point in doing this. There's no point in sending it over unless you're sending over like tiny pieces of metal that are worth billions. You know what I mean? Unless it's like some crazy, it doesn't make sense. Why would anyone do this?
And
the answer is they're not going to.
And the CEOs of all these big corporations like Home Depot and Target and fucking Walmart went to Trump and said, if you don't fix the tariff situation, we're not going to have anything to fucking sell. The shelves will be bare within a month. And the last shipments from China that were tariff-free just came over.
Yep, last weekend.
So get ready for, this is austerity. This is Trump austerity. Get ready to pay more for less. Get ready for interest rates to be higher. Get ready for inflation.
Roadkill, pot roast.
Yeah, roadkill, pot roast, whatever you can find. Start your fucking victory garden now, guys.
Exactly. Go get some dirt.
Yeah, you're gonna need to grow your own food.
They're actively breaking things in a way that isn't immediately fixable.
Yeah, and especially with parts of the government that are very important.
Yep.
Like Social Security and the Health and Human Services Department. Those scientists that they're firing, those weather people that they're firing, like the meteorologists they're letting go.
And NOAA, yeah.
Yeah. NOAA's like, we don't know, this is going to cause deaths because we won't be able to accurately report severe weather. Because so many NOAA agencies now don't have like a director or a head meteorologist because they've all been fired.
Or they stopped putting out the weather balloons.
Yeah, because Trump doesn't fucking like weather balloons or whatever. Because he's an asshole.
Which have sensors on them that measure barometric pressure, which gives us, I mean, pressure is pretty much how they determine the weather.
Yeah.
That is how they can tell whether it's going to be partly cloudy or sunny. It's the atmospheric pressure. Well, without the weather balloons up there to measure the pressure to give us up-to-date, accurate maps, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
The maps get worse. The predictions get worse.
And you know, the FDA and the CDC are not reporting out the weekly statistics that they were reporting out.
Yeah.
They fired and then hopefully rehired the people that were handling the bird flu. Like, they're just going through and, like you said, Mikey, breaking stuff that is not easily fixed. It's going to take years, if not decades, to repair the damage that has been done to the scientific community in this country. Because once you stop grant funding, it's not easy to
Right.
start it back up.
And like at this point, I would just hope that other countries will scoop them up.
Yeah.
And adopt those projects and those ideas and just keep the work going. And then when things stabilize over here, they can come back. But the work shouldn't be lost because of him.
And the shitty part is that by doing all of this, he's throwing these people into the arms of people who he considers our adversaries. Because China is looking at the scientists that we fired and say, hey, do you want a job working for us?
And China will carve out a nice little niche for them where they don't have to do all the shit that the rest of them have to do.
Yeah. You know, and he's going after the universities. No one's going to want to go to our colleges.
Yeah.
He's going to cause.
Don't write nothing down if you go.
Yeah. he's going to cause a brain drain in this company where all of our top people that he loves so much because they're top people are going to go elsewhere. They're just going to leave. They're just going to go somewhere else where they're not going to be harassed constantly by the government. A government that the Republicans didn't want to harass them. But now it's a government who tells women what they can and can't do with their bodies, tells us what's going to be in our water, tells us what kind of science we're going to have. You know, and tells people what to do in their private lives. This government is fucking, I know it's a cliche, but this is fucking 1984 Orwellian government. Big Brother is Trump. And he's a stupid Big Brother, but he's Big Brother. He is watching. The government is watching, and if you say or do something they don't like, you're going to get deported to another fucking country.
How about some laughs, Tim?
Yeah. Well, we got a super chat from Tin Ballum first. I'll tell you who will give.
Air horn. Air horn.
Air horn.
That's you.
I give the air horn? Oh. There we go. Air horn.
Air horn.
All right. I'll tell you who will give the weather scientists jobs and money. The investment firms. That is also true.
Oh, God. We were so close to Star Trek. We were like 100 years away, maybe.
But don't you remember the history of Star Trek? We got to go through like some sort of like really shitty period before we can get to Star Trek. So we have
did that already.
No, we didn't. We got to get what was his name? Zephyrin Cochrane. He's got to build the first warp ship during the shittiest period.
Well, we won't do that. They defunded science.
All right. So
trapped in this Klingon war culture for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. So
where can I get a nice batleth this time of the year?
I know some people own batleths. They're pretty
Brenna.
awesome. Brenna has a batleth?
Brenna speaks Klingon. You knew that, right?
I didn't know that.
Fluent.
She's
Klingon.
prepared. She's prepared.
Or whatever.
All
right, let's all right, here, let me do this. Apparently, this guy's really funny and we haven't been giving him a good shake. So as you cry babies in the comment section, wanted to point out, we will give it another try. All right, Tim, knock my socks off.
All right,
what the hell?
So this is once again another opening monologue from Greg. We're not going to watch any of his guests because I'm sure they're idiots.
Yes.
But opening monologue, Greg Gutfeld. Let's see how funny he is.
I'm gonna laugh. This is gonna be a chuckle fest. I'm ready.
We're gonna chuckle, and we're gonna count. I'm gonna count every time the audience doesn't laugh at one of his jokes.
It still looks like Garfield.
It does. Okay. Is Tyrus on every one of his episodes? Is he just like a permanent guest?
You might have to turn it up though. We're getting all crowd noise.
Okay.
It's all right. They can turn it down if it's too loud. Just blow it out.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking the truth. Happy Wednesday, everyone. So Fox's very own Brian Kilmeade is celebrating a birthday today. Brian plans to celebrate the same way he always does, alone. In an interview yesterday, President Biden commented on leading the race, claiming he didn't think.
Fuck? What? What? Come on, guys. I can't be the bad guy here. Come on. Come on. You can't tell me that was funny. I'm not the stick in the mud. You heard that crap.
Right,
well, he's going to spend his birthday like he always does, alone.
This is a colleague and friend of Greg Gutfeld.
What the fuck was that for?
Yeah, why is he shitting on Brian Kilmeade? I mean, it's easy to shit on Brian Kilmeade, but are you just, this dude is sad and alone? That's your joke?
All right, Tim. Tim, it's your Gutfeld, and you got to make the birthday joke. Let's 30 seconds. Let's knock this out of the park.
You want me to tell the joke?
Yeah, let's workshop here. We'll 30 seconds. Let's
All right, so he's trying to say that Brian Kilmeade is a sad person, right?
Mhm.
And he spends his birthday alone. Like, couldn't you just be like, Brian Kilmeade spends his birthday like he spends every birthday alone. That's not a joke. That's just being mean. You could be like, he spends his birthday like he spends every other birthday.
I was unclear. We're gonna make up a better joke.
Okay.
In the 30 seconds.
All right.
So I'm like, and because Kilmeade loves to be alone, I bought him a gift card for his favorite coffee shop where he can sit in the corner and be cooler than everyone else.
Or okay, building on that, I bought him a gift card to Panera Bread because he likes to sit with the little ladies because he's so alone.
It's St. Louis Bread Co. That's not what it's called. I got him a gift certificate. No, I was gonna make a tariffs joke, but Gutfeld would never make.
He would never make a tariffs joke. I
forgot. I have to be a Fox News person.
I had to
so
pay a 25% tariff on it.
I have to cut half of my brain off.
See, you could even say he spends his birthday like every other birthday in his office alone, because that's pretty sad. Because he works at Fox News and nobody likes him.
He can spend his birthday like he does every birthday, watching my show.
Oh, you got it, Mikey. You got it. That's the one. There it is. It promotes the show, and it's kind of funny.
There you go. That took 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Gutfeld. 2 minutes. And Tim actually misunderstood the question, which added a minute. So a minute.
Yeah.
So come on, guy. You suck. He sucks. He sucks. Okay, he sucks.
In the chat, if you want to workshop Greg Gutfeld's jokes, we'll throw it up there.
We're gonna give him. These are tips into Gutfeld. We're helping you. This is a free writer's room for you. Onward.
Celebrating a birthday today. Brian plans to celebrate the same way he always does, alone. In an interview yesterday, President Biden commented on leaving the race, claiming he didn't think it would have mattered if he had pulled out sooner. Proving once again he should stop listening to Hunter. An Ohio woman was arrested after her pet.
Whoa, stop.
Okay, that's
was that
one.
face? Was that a blowjob face?
What's the blowjob reference for? I don't get it.
Why is he doing a blowjob face?
Why is he? I don't get the joke. This is one of those things where he told a joke that we have to think about, and I don't.
Oh, okay.
Biden commented on.
Hold on, I got my formulas back here. I can solve this.
Okay. All right.
This is my conspiracy theory. Play it again.
We'll play it again.
We're gonna, yeah.
Own. In an interview yesterday, President Biden commented on leaving the race, claiming he didn't think it would have mattered if he had pulled out sooner. Proving once again he should stop listening to Hunter.
Pause it. I got it.
Okay.
He should have pulled out and not had Hunter.
Oh.
I think that's the joke.
I think you might be right. The audience didn't really get it either. They were like,
absolutely not. But I think that's what he's getting at. is that if he had pulled out sooner, he'd have never had Hunter. Just like if he had pulled out sooner, Kamala might have actually had a fucking chance.
Oh.
That's the joke.
Shrub Girl says, bro can't even structure a joke.
He is trying very hard, and it is not going well. Uncle, daddy, cousin, Kevin, cousin, brunkle.
All right, let's try and figure out the rest of this here.
All right.
An Ohio woman was arrested after her pet raccoon was found holding her meth pipe. The woman is being held on drug charges, but the raccoon now holds a position on the board of Burisma.
Is that another Hunter Biden joke that he did crack?
Oh, no.
First of all, the audience didn't laugh at the raccoon joke.
No.
So that's 2.
No.
And now
Dude, who made this picture?
Yeah, there's better ways to Photoshop, guys. Come on.
What the fuck?
Onward.
Yo.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney met with President Trump on Tuesday and said Canada will never be for sale. President Trump replied, "That's what she said."
Who is that?
Who the fuck is that?
Chat, help us out. Who is that?
Yeah, what the fuck is he talking about? And once again, the audience, barely a chuckle. Barely. We'll go back 5 seconds.
That's what she said.
Groans.
Oh, we got a submission.
Was that Stormy Daniels?
Oh, is it? I thought she was older.
Daily Blase.
Read it out.
Brian Kilmeade will spend his birthday like all his other birthdays, holding up a laugh cue card at the very confused audience. Yes.
Air horns. Air horn him. Reward him for his joke. I just rolled my eyes so far in the back of my head I just stared at the front of my brain. Like, is that? I thought it was Laura Ingraham. Is that who that is?
I think that might be Stormy Daniels.
Can we confirm? Let me look up. Google her. Tun says that's my third wife. God damn it, Tun.
Oh,
let me see if she looks like.
That's a real shame.
Stormy Daniels. Maybe.
I don't know why Stormy Daniels would be at the Grammys, though.
Yeah, was she at the Grammys? Let me look. Grammys.
Yeah, it looks the image search. Stormy Daniels at the Grammys.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay. Well, these jokes are bad, man.
Wait, isn't that a smudge on his record that he did the shit with Stormy Daniels? That's what caused all the fucking lawsuits and did all the shit. Like,
I think that makes him a fucking alpha male, and he's awesome for it.
But he had court cases for it because he lied.
Yes, Stormy Daniels sued him, but still, it's so bad.
That's the joke.
That's the joke.
His felonies.
Yeah, we'll go back.
That's what she said.
Why is he laughing like that?
I liked it.
Who doesn't pay for sex? Anyway.
What?
That was organic, and I didn't mean for it to come out like that.
Who?
Do I have to poll the chat right now? I'm scared to fucking poll the chat right now.
I've never paid for sex.
I have never paid for sex. Is this something that they do?
I don't know.
Are you guys like actively out there paying for sex?
If I recall, in our previous encounter with Greg Gutfeld, he also encounters boys at truck stops. Does he pay them?
Hell no, just exposure.
This is wild.
I liked it.
Who doesn't pay for sex? Anyway.
Oh, air horn.
Kim Ballum, 2 British pounds. Her cleavage has more intelligence than him. Facts.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I wonder why he picked that picture.
We're only a minute and a half into this.
Jeez, I hope it's not a 5-minute intro.
On Tuesday, the Supreme Court ruled to uphold Trump's ban on transgenders in the military. Yeah.
Weak applause.
Which means
weak applause.
No, yeah, very weak applause.
Yes, transgenders is weird too.
Yeah.
We're back to looking for a few good men and women without.
Wow, that
What?
wasn't a joke at all. That was just mean-spirited.
And Fox is just airing this?
Yeah. It's late
Yo.
night. It's gritty. It's edgy. This is fucking edgy. Hey, comment section. Isn't this fucking edgy?
Brother, are you kidding me? You just say that on cable television now?
Yeah, with that face. With that smug fucking expression.
That's buck wild.
I think we need to like do a fucking deep dive on Gutfeld over here because he's getting away with some shit.
Lord have mercy. Onward.
I'm not gonna repeat that part.
Yeah.
This week is Teacher Appreciation Week. Randy Weingarten is offering $1,000 to any teacher who can pin her.
Super chat.
We have a request. All right, let me mute my damn self so I don't talk into my own ears. I'm doing it right now. Let me switch accounts.
Oh, you're gonna do a poll?
Yes.
All right.
This needs, I did not know I had to ask this, but apparently it needs to happen.
If you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
Start a poll. And these are anonymous, so you guys will be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Also, we're not gonna like fucking, we're cool.
All right. Poll has begun.
The poll has begun.
All right.
Let's
Onward.
go. Onward.
For 5 seconds.
Here.
Is offering
Seculoid.
$1,000 to any teacher who can pin her for 5 seconds.
What should I call you now? Sorry, I talked over that.
Oh, it's okay. I'll go back.
I'm actually not sorry.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Week. Randy Weingarten is offering $1,000 to any teacher who can pin her for 5 seconds.
He laughs harder than the audience does. They don't know what to laugh at.
Disney is opening up a theme park in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates. It will be like the traditional Disney parks in America, except instead of the usual parade at 3 p.m., they throw Peter Pan off a roof.
Pause. What does that even mean?
Why would they throw Peter Pan off the roof?
What does that even mean?
Why? Well, okay, so
he flies.
Disney parks in America, except instead of the usual parade at 3 p.m., they throw Peter Pan off a roof.
So, because he's gay? Peter Pan's gay?
Is Peter Pan? I don't get it. It's because he's a fairy?
But he's not a fairy. He's a lost boy.
Yeah. Greg Gutfeld doesn't have an understanding of Peter Pan. So
did he watch Hook?
Did his does he have writers and do they know? Like he must have writers.
They promised he was funny. They promised.
Look at Trees says ISIS throwing LGBT people off rooftops. So this is once again one of those jokes where your brain has to work backwards to figure out what the fuck he just said. It's not a joke if your audience has to think about it super hard. You're just confusing them. That's why they're not laughing, Gutfeld. That's why you have like 5 people in the audience laughing and fucking Tyrus for no reason.
How the hell did he get to be so successful?
Because he's the only conservative late night guy. He's their only option.
Bro, if they need somebody to make fun of Democrats, we could do that.
Yeah.
But it's for things that they do wrong.
Give
How
us
does
a
this
late night
taste-
show.
Yeah, it's not going to be just like throwing slurs out there.
God.
And like that's comedy. I also will be ripping apart the right. But if they want, I mean,
yeah,
at least comedy's legal again, you know, legalized comedy.
Boy. All right. That was only 2 minutes. Let's keep going.
Jeez. Oh wait, I missed.
Homosexual.
Oh.
No one in his panel understood the joke, so he had to explain it to them.
That's the real test of a funny joke.
Because he saw the people around him were like, "What?
Huh?
Huh?" And then he was like, "Oh, homosexual. It's a gay joke. Ha 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 ha. Remember? It's so funny." No one understood what the fuck he was saying because no one understands his brain because there's nothing going on up there. No one thinks of Peter Pan and be like, he's gay because that's not the story. God.
Sean Penn told former CNN host Jim Acosta that Trump might try and destroy the world. The interview was conducted at Jim's place. Acosta, you live in there. According to the New York Post, Richard Gere has revealed his one requirement for a Pretty Woman sequel. And already the pet stores are stocking up on fresh supplies.
I get that joke, and it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's boy. All right, we're gonna move on.
I don't get it. I
course
do
you
not
don't.
get that.
Of course you fucking don't, Gutfeld, you brainless fuck.
That joke. And finally, a bizarre video shows a bull casually mounting a scooter and riding it. Wow, would you look at that? Huh? Joy Behar can ride a scooter.
I knew it. Telegraph.
All right. Silly. So protein is now pro-Trump. A recent piece from Vanity Fair claims that a preference for protein is a tenet of the manosphere, that evil orbit of masculinity that counts Trump as their vile leader. Oh, podcasters who love Trump promote protein, so it must be bad.
Podcasters who hate Trump promote protein as well.
What is
Just
he talking
putting that out
about?
there. Some fucking Vanity Fair article about the fucking manosphere.
Testosterone is evil too, unless it's being pumped into a preteen girl. Hell, I bet they even think running as an act
There's another swing
is
and a miss.
political.
Yep.
Running as an act is political. And you know who taught me that? Tim Walz. The first thing he told me was that running is a privilege, and being a part of the running community is a privilege that not all people have access to.
That's because not all people can use their legs, I think, right? That's what we're getting at here.
Manosphere is chud astrology. Dude, my creatine power is in retrograde.
That was Hope Waltz, Tim's daughter, attacking a running influencer for visiting the White House. Yes, running is a privilege, which I hope she forgets when fleeing a mugger.
Why? Once again, this is like the fifth joke that he's told that no one laughed
Privilege, which I hope she forgets when fleeing a mugger.
Pause it, Tim. They were right. We were wrong. Are we ready to admit that yet? I hope you forget how to run when someone's going to attack you. Why didn't we think of that? You're
Yeah,
right. He
well-
is the funny guy.
Yeah,
You're
he's
right.
he's so fucking funny.
He's well, there you go.
He is so in the 4 minutes and 14 seconds of this we've seen. He has been vindictive towards his co-host, his fellow Fox News hosts. He's been vindictive towards the LGBTQ community. Also, people in Arab nations. Tim Waltz and his daughter, and he wishes violence on her.
Yeah. Sexual violence, assumedly.
His jokes are so. This is why. Listen, I don't want to go on a whole thing here, but this is why sometimes conservative humor doesn't work, because it's angry. There is a certain kind of humor that conservatives like, that is just angry and vindictive towards people, and it's not something that's transferable to regular fucking people. You will not get you can't even get half of Gutfeld's audience to laugh at this shit. And they went there probably for free, but they went there. They went to the Fox News studio in New York City, and they sat down in his audience, and they're like, "We love Greg Gutfeld." And then he tells 4 minutes of jokes that half the people don't laugh at.
Tim, he's 5 years older than us.
He's what?
Oh, his wife is 5 years older than us.
Like, I don't get it, man. Once again, comment section in the after video. I know our chat they're cool. They're awesome.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
comments, the people who are going to comment on this and be like, "You guys don't know what funny is," please explain to me, how is this funny? How is it funny to anyone?
And don't try the whole take a joke thing. We're not part of the joke. We're talking, this is a meta conversation about comedy. Don't try to project on to us that we feel some type of way. I want you to explain the funny. Don't worry about us. Leave us out of your explanation. I want you to explain why that's funny that Tim Walz's daughter should get assaulted. Explain that. That just explain the jokes. Don't worry about us. Don't comment on us. Explain the joke.
Yeah.
Make it funny.
Tell me why it's funny.
Right.
Because as someone who's been doing stand-up for a couple of years now, these comedians don't get laughs at open mics. They don't get laughs at shows. They don't get booked.
You're gonna get hit with a beer.
Yeah, seriously. Like, that people say some wild shit at open mics, but nothing close to what fucking Gutfeld is saying here. Because they know that their audience might not let them out of the building.
He's got a daughter, actually.
All right. A little bit more, and then we're done.
But it's no wonder so many young men are running from the Dems when this guy was your face of masculinity. But the left's quest against the manosphere isn't new. They attacked Rogan for hosting Trump, pinned the UFC as a sanctuary for MAGA culture, and all because the left hates Trump. And why? Well, he works hard, doing more before 9 a.m. than the Dems do all year.
What? Now that's funny.
You ever seen Trump's schedule? The fucking executive time till like 11 a.m. He doesn't do shit. He watches Fox News until they tell him he's got to do something.
Until it's time to change that diaper.
Yeah, this fucking guy doesn't do anything. He doesn't sleep. He never sleeps. I don't think I've ever heard of Trump sleeping ever. And yeah, Tim Walz is actually a good example of positive masculinity. He showed me how to fix a car.
Yeah. What I would love to see some fucking dirt on Trump.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if my what's it called? Like when you have like the small motors, like if my weed whacker motor went out and Tim Walz was my neighbor and Trump was my neighbor, I know whose house I'm going over to. But hey man, you know how to work this motherfucking thing? This thing got out there, but and then I would like ask him to help me fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trump would just be like, I'm gonna deport your entire family for not voting for me enough. You should have stolen ballots and voted for. Like, he has no man traits.
Yeah,
like for everything that is manly, he does not possess those traits. Responsible,
except for being
stoic.
There is there's no positive traits about Trump that you could be like, oh, he's a good guy. He's a paragon of manhood. Like, he's not. He's an asshole to everyone all the time. I don't know how that's a positive trait.
That's my weed whacker. You give it back to me. I already made that. That is mine.
All right, let's get to 5 minutes and then we'll be done. I can't believe it took this long to get to 5 minutes.
secured the border, restored our military, ended radical gender ideology. Suddenly, the military is recruiting more young men than a Twister tournament at Don Lemon's beach house.
Whatever.
Yeah. Hey.
Gay jokes.
Here's a question. Does Gutfeld even like his own jokes? Because the response that he's giving to his own jokes is he's just throwing them out there and letting them die. And he's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't even like doing his own jokes. There's no fucking, he constantly makes that face like he couldn't fucking care less. And he's doing a fucking comedy show.
He's funny and we're not, Tim.
I guess. I'll let him finish his thought.
For some reason, the left ties discipline, hard work, and accountability to Trump, which means by process of elimination.
Whoa. What?
That's a joke. Discipline, hard work, and responsibility to Trump.
Nice straw man you got there.
Yeah, dude has 34 felony charges that he was convicted of. He's responsible. He's a good guy.
Oh, where'd the poll go? Oh, there it is.
They want you to be fat, lazy, and stupid. I believe the medical term is rosy.
All right, this is the last joke that we're going to listen to. Why is Rosie O'Donnell still a reference?
That's all they got, bro. They're still hovering in that 2000 to 2005, 6 era. And when they were kings, when everyone was glued to their cable Fox News channel and they were so popular. They were the #1 show in the world.
Boy, that 5 minutes was it was harrowing. It was harrowing. How is he the most watched late night? I mean, because they don't have an alternative. They just don't.
17% of people polled on the Bin Podcast Network answered in the affirmative to the question, have you ever paid for sexy time? 17% of our peoples have. Indeed. That don't sound like everybody.
That don't sound like, in fact, that sounds like a minority.
And I mean, if there was more people here, maybe it would have got up to like 20%. But doesn't sound like everybody does that.
Yeah, and I have forgotten already most of what Gutfeld has said, but yes, when he was like, "Oh, who hasn't paid for sex?" Man, that's not even like a question. What do you mean? Just because I assume Gutfeld has, since he's like everyone's done it and everyone on his panel's done it, I assume because he said everyone's done it. Like he's not good at this. And
this? I don't know.
It's math. It's math and charts.
I'll never tell.
He's the only he's the funniest guy in Fox News, according to everyone else at Fox News. So they just fucking gave him a late night show because they're like, oh, we need a late night talk show to compete with Colbert and Fallon.
And what they're failing to realize in this business structure is the things that the right does are easily mocked because they punch down. So it's easy to mock people who are bullies. Bullies are easy to make fun of, and bullies are the most sensitive to being picked on, which makes it even more fun to pick on them.
Yeah. And it's so apparent that they're in a fucking bubble, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get half of that shit. We had to look it up. And I'm pretty clued into what's going on in the news, but Gutfeld was low-hanging fruit that no one understood. And this is the second or third time we've gone through one of his opening monologues, and every time it's like, what is that reference? What? And I'm not feigning ignorance here. I genuinely don't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time, and neither does he.
He's just reading what they wrote down.
He's got that.
This is a shitty
fucking clipboard.
This is a shitty writing room with unfunny people who are just bigots, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well we're in power now, so let's fucking get some Biden jokes in there, fucking Rosie in there, fucking like your guy is the guy. So what are you gonna make fun of now?
I know
you got nothing because you can't say anything bad about Trump. He might watch this. He might be up watching. He never sleeps. And if he's asleep, then Stephen Miller is sleeping on a pillow right next to him, saying, "I will watch, master. I will watch the television while you rest.
Like,
rest your sweet eyes, master." And he rubs his head.
There's way better ways to make fun of Democrats than what the fuck, whatever. His references were what Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, which is 10 years old at this point.
Yes. Well, Hunter's very old.
Yeah. But like they've been making fun of Hunter Biden since forever, since 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, everyone makes fun of Joe Biden. He's an easy target. He's an old man and he forgets where he is half the time. Like, it's easy.
And if he made like funny Joe Biden jokes, I can't. I'm not going to step in the way of a good joke, but these are not good.
What else? He made fun of Peter Pan.
Oh, now we're leaving.
Yeah.
I just remembered something. Well, actually, this might be an unboxed.
Okay. Yeah, because we do have another show, huh?
Yes. Oh, is it Thursday? Holy shit, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Holy shit, it's Thursday. I'll just bookmark it in my brain.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
So yeah.
Pee-wee German. Pee-wee Goebbels.
So closing thoughts on Gutfeld. Once again, he's proven he's not funny. If you can hear his audience laughing, good luck. Because they don't laugh at fucking half the shit he says. Most of it is groans.
Yeah.
When your audience is groaning and then it's a laugh, they're groaning because that's their initial response, and then they're laughing because they feel like they have to laugh. But their initial response is, that's gross.
That's grotesque.
Like, you can hear it. You can hear it and then fucking Gutfeld hears it and he's like, "Oh, I guess that joke didn't work." And then his fucking panel doesn't know what the fuck he said, so he's like, "Oh, I have to explain the joke to you." Like,
you can just understand.
I will say this for late night comedy. It is pretty bland across the board. Like, you'll get a good Colbert bit every once in a while, or Fallon or Seth Meyers. They'll be good every once in a while. Because they have to do material every night, it gets kind of boring and samey.
Yeah.
But at least their jokes are jokes.
Yeah. It's at least in the structure of a late night format. You know, it's at least adhering to the rules of the competition. Not so much for these guys.
Yeah.
Not so much.
We got a super chat.
Super chat. Oh, let me get a oh, nope.
Oh God, I'm not there anymore. I'm back.
You're gone forever. I got rid of him finally. Ha, ha, ha. Let's do this entire screen. Bloop. We'll just put that there so I can do this. Whew. In the UK, right-wing comedians aren't, and normally just racist, misogynist. Yeah. I wish. I wish over here we could clean them up.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott. Hey, man.
I wish that, and maybe we'll do this at some point, just talk about like the very stark difference in what the right considers comedy and what everyone else considers comedy. Because it is wild. Gutfeld, I've never watched Gutfeld before we watch these clips. And it is very, very bad.
Yes.
And I'm someone who enjoys me some comedy, and I don't even care really for the most part who the comic is. I'll watch almost anyone.
I mean, I got through all the seasons of Top Gear.
Like I liked the what was it called? The redneck comedy tour, whatever.
The Larry the Carey guy and Bill Engvall and Jeff
I like
Foxworthy.
Ron White. He was my
Ron
favorite one up
White.
there. Like he told jokes that fucking liberal comedians are talking about today. Like it wasn't necessarily just right wing. Oh, we hate the lefts or whatever. It was like redneck comedy. It was it was the antithesis of like a Lewis Black or a Jerry Seinfeld or something like that, where they talk about things that regular people understand instead of like city people, and it was funny. I like a certain amount of Jeff Foxworthy. I won't say that like he's great.
No, he's not a good person.
He's got some jokes, and Larry the Cable Guy, before he went off the fucking deep end, had some jokes.
Right.
But I don't know, man. This whole thing nowadays, they're just being mean and vindictive to just do it. The blue collar comedy tour, yes, that's what it was.
Yes.
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 And for the early 2000s, it wasn't too bad.
Even Jeff Dunham.
Yeah.
With his fucking puppets.
Yeah. some really harsh material for some of those puppets. But even that, man, like
but even he wouldn't be like, and I hope that your daughter trips on a root running away from an assaulter. Like,
right.
What the fuck?
And
that's just something you wanted to say. That's not part of the joke.
And even all like the local comedians I see at all the open mics who are working out material, they sometimes have some pretty fucking rough material, and but that's fine. It's not mean. It's just like edgy material. They're not working clean, they're saying things that to shock people, but it's not angry. It's not directed at people. And I feel like right-wing comedy has become very angry.
And then you ask them what they're angry about, and they're like, I'm not angry, you're angry. It's like, dude, you're not ready to get better yet. Like, you're never going to get better until you learn what you're actually angry about. We have another super chat. My Unfinished Journey, $2.22. Hail Nero, Mikey, and Tim. May America regain sanity. We can only hope.
We're going through some dark times.
Like, for no fucking reason.
We didn't have to do this.
This is completely unnecessary. Why didn't y'all wait till me and my kids were dead? You know what I mean?
Could have waited like a generation or two.
What, instead of NIMBY, is it like a... Oh, never mind. We can't say backyard. Don't substitute backyard for generation. Don't do it. And on that bombshell, we love you guys so much. Please check out the memberships. Check out the Patreon. Check us out in, what time is it? Check us out in about 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours.
5-ish hours. And then we will be doing Unbox Politics, unboxing all of the messy, disgusting, putrid political videos and giving them a ranking for your pleasure.
I promised them pineapple, and I did do that. Groan followed by laughter.
He got us with the thing.
Oh, he did the thing.
What you trying to say? What's wrong with my backyard? Hey, my dog poops back there. How dare you insult it? It's a great piece of real estate.
Yeah, my dogs love my backyard. I don't, because they poop there, but just dropping stuff. So yeah, join us at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight for Unbox Politics, or whatever time zone you're in. I know there's a lot of different time zones in the chat.
But why?
And yeah, maybe we'll force fucking Mark and Ollie to watch some Gutfeld too.
Maybe. All right, I gotta go feed my wife's home from work, taking some time off, so I'm gonna go hang out with her.
Yeah,
give her a big old smooch. And then we'll get some stuff out for you guys for the patrons.
Oh yeah, we got to do
2
that.
a.m. Damn, it's 2 a.m. when we do the show.
Yeah, that's why we have limited UK
interactions.
peoples. Yeah,
they don't want to stay up before their Friday at work. It's like, well, on Thursdays I go to sleep at noon so I can watch Unbox Politics and then start my work day on Fridays.
It's okay. We understand.
We forgive you.
We forgive you.
And we say goodnight.
Bye.
Bye. Hey.